live from a village in rural Spain. It's Super Gamecast 2. Now here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
What is up, everybody? It is February 26, 2023, and you are listening to Super Gamecast 2. I am your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Hi, I am joining here today. How are you guys?
It's been a week, man.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a very long, annoying week.
Highs and lows.
But happy to be here.
Yep.
Was happy to play video games when I did.
Always.
Always. Video games are always a good thing.
Yep.
You never, never have to worry about video games being terrible.
I feel like the more we say it, the more I think about how that's very not true, but whatever. Shut up.
Oh, Lordy.
We're okay, kids. We're okay.
There's never been a better time to play video games.
I mean that in the most genuine sense and in the most ironic sense. Ugh.
Just internal screaming. Lordy.
Oh my god.
And then, of course, we have our mod mommy, our momily, Emily Holslander.
What's up, nerds?
And then the sneakiest of ninjas, your HR ninja, Jesse Pewitt.
Hello.
Sneaks in, tells you that you're getting a raise. All good news.
And then quickly goes.
Right.
Yep. HR the one who tells you about raises?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's management. Sometimes it's unions and all that.
I assumed HR was like the person you threw in front of management when management didn't want to do something unpleasant.
That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, yes. But a lot of the time, yes, but no. Thankfully, I haven't had too many conversations with HR in my lifetime, and I'm hoping I can keep it that way. I think the absolute most I've had is that experience where I had a random meeting a day after putting in my 2 weeks. It's like, oh, we're letting you go.
Hmm?
I'm like, okay, cool.
Hi, yes, great.
Or if I've accidentally broken some policy that I didn't fucking know about.
Oh yeah, sure.
it's those are the two times. Otherwise, fine.
It's like real ninjas. You don't meet them unless you're in trouble.
That's right.
You know what? That's actually pretty spot on.
Yeah.
They're
just proactive HR.
Yeah, and then sometimes you don't even know you're in trouble.
Yep. Exactly.
That's actually the one I hate is like when you get a random meeting and you're just like,
oh no,
and it's always not good.
Yep.
It's always not.
That's not how that should play out either. But
Yeah.
it's management for you.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they don't care.
Man, you guys have talked about like your corporate jobs. I've been working, real entry level jobs for a very long time, and I've been doing this programming class, and the teacher in the middle of teaching said, all right, so this is definitely going to be an interview question. I was like, oh fuck, there are gonna be interview questions. I haven't had to deal with that yet. Holy shit.
Oh, good.
All right, yeah, you're right. I need to learn this stuff front and back, huh? Damn.
Well, and depending on the kind of job you do, like it'll vary. I will say, never don't say anything even remotely negative about yourself.
Sure.
Like that is literally how I once ended up with a pay gap between me and another area of a department at a job.
Wow.
Because because I was just like, oh, I'm a little rusty in that skill, but I know it front to back for sure. And then they were just like, okay, let's pay you $1 or something less an hour in a different department.
Okay.
Wouldn't find that out till later, though.
Of
So,
course.
Oh my god.
Cutthroat, you got to fight for yourself when it comes to companies, right?
yeah,
right.
no,
That's right.
absolutely, absolutely. It's so
Oh,
yeah,
all
n-
right.
n- n- yeah, man. No, let me. Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point where I'm just kind of like considering taking a coding boot camp and just getting thrown into a job.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
that's kind of the point I'm at. Like, but
Until then,
yeah. Until then, deal with stupidity at Microsoft.
yeah, and playing
Um,
video games.
Yeah.
and playing video games, the most important thing.
Really, honestly, think about it.
Yes. Yeah, no, it really like it honestly is one of the few things during the week where I'm not like just pissed at the universe.
It's
So
it's that meme for me of like, that one graph where it shows like this big hill in the middle, and at the bottom end there's an idiot that says video games are most important, and then in the middle it's like, no, I've got to work on my career, and I got to work on retirement, I got to work on all these things to help my, and then you get to the top end, which is like a Jedi. He's like, video games are the most important thing. But it feels like right
yes,
now.
yes, it's 100%, dude. No,
You're
like
not wrong. Not
like
wrong.
that's exactly
Not
how it
wrong.
feels. Cause like yeah, I used to be career dude. Like I totally was that guy. Like I was, really gunning for it at United Healthcare, and then just like, yeah, well, eventually it was just like, no, I'm good. I'm
I'm going
good.
to enjoy my time on this planet. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about making some other dude rich so I can be slightly above middle class. I'm good. I'm
Yep.
super good on that.
Yep.
Um,
Hope for ever prosperity that comes our way. But otherwise,
Yes.
I'm just think the planet's gonna die before I have to worry about retirement.
the
Yeah. Pretty
water
much.
Like,
wars.
yeah, like that's where I'm at. I'm just like, no.
As long as I can
But
keep getting money to buy me some new arcade buttons and mess with this fight stick.
yeah, I saw you doing that Tekken this week.
Yeah, we'll get to that later in the
Oh,
podcast. But yes, I was messing around with some Tekken fight stick, and it was fun.
right on. Okay, well, speaking of video games, some video game stuff happened this weekend or this week.
Yeah, it
It
did.
did actually.
Yep.
Like, holy shit, it did.
yeah. Sony dropped a state of play,
Yep.
which hey there, they kind of went to town here. So they opened up with a bunch of PSVR stuff, which a bunch of PSVR 2, and it's nice to see significant amounts of money being thrown at VR.
Yes.
That is the part of it where I'm just like, fuck yes.
There are
Um,
aspects of the PSVR 2 and how it's being made and how it's being rolled out that I'm not thrilled with, but
Hmm.
like we've talked about a number of times now, the VR industry really relies on developers coming in and making some AAA experiences, and Sony, however they wish to do it, just putting that effort in to make that happen in the long term will be good for everyone.
Right.
yeah, my big issue with VR continues to be price. It continues to be even PSVR 2, which is by all accounts affordable because you don't have to buy a gaming computer that's capable enough,
Right.
but like you still have to buy a $500 console and is it a $550 or $500 headset?
Thought it was 500.
I think it's 500.
Okay, so yeah, you're dropping after tax $1,100 on something that, at least in my opinion, as someone who has a different VR headset, seems kind of just like it seems like I don't want to say a gimmick because I think it's more than that, but as
Right.
kind of a tech demo of like, well, this is where this could go, and then you have the fact that I get motion sick when I use it, so
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
VR is still in kind of a weird spot.
Yes.
Again, goes back to these developers taking shots at trying to solve those problems. The answer, I just hope, keeps the momentum going.
Yeah, and like I don't know how this. I'm very curious to see how this Horizon game is gonna do.
Oh,
Sure.
Call
Like
of the
that
Mountain.
yeah, like that's
Yeah.
one. Because like that's that's big Sony money. That's not like these small
That's huge
studios.
Sony money
Yeah,
right there. Like Jesus.
yeah, that's not like, oh, we went out and we found these things. That's like, no, that's in house. That's our devs.
Yep.
Come
Our
in the chat.
crew, like our shit, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it certainly says a lot about the ineffectiveness of VR porn, considering VR isn't as popular as people thought it would be by now. I think that comes down to, like I said, comes down to price, comes down to like a lack of big, meaningful IP.
Yeah.
You know, like my most played VR game is still Beat Saber.
Right.
I
Beat
mean,
Saber and fucking Star Wars Squadrons.
I don't see why those two wouldn't be your top played VR games.
Oh,
Super good.
It's just
Super
that they
good
came
game.
out a while ago.
Especially
Yeah.
Squadrons. Squadrons is
Yeah.
good.
yeah. So it's, so like all this tech looks really cool, but it's absurdly expensive.
You want good
Like
performance, you got to hook it up to your PlayStation or to your PC.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
as headsets get a little better with all of that, lighter, easier to just jump in and start doing stuff.
Yeah, like because the Oculus has the problem of just its interface is miserable, especially when you
Terrible.
hook it to a computer.
Yep.
Like let me tell you that like was like playing an hour of like high intensity Beat Saber was like a workout for me for a very long time, but then the constant firmware updates and then fucking with menus and connections just made me be like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this.
Right. Yeah.
Like
A lot.
this is so frustrating. Um so yeah, like, and the entire opening, this is them showcasing PSVR 2,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like none of this screamed, man, I want to buy a $500 fucking headset.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
there is no killer app in this showcase here. But
Nope.
if you were getting it for something else and you were looking for other stuff, like as long as these
Then
don't
that would
cost a
be.
lot, then these are fine.
yeah, but that's becoming such a common thing in VR where it's just like, here, pay $30 for this thing that's like a toy,
Yep.
and it's just gross. It's and frustrating, and I don't necessarily see a killer app here anywhere in this.
There's apparently some
Um,
cool stuff in here, like
Yeah, a
but
lot
it
of this
just
stuff looks pretty neat.
that's the thing.
yeah,
Like again, but that price is a barrier for people who
Yeah.
just don't have the
Yep.
money. We're already paying this
Yeah.
much for a headset. Like
yeah, and then like there's the fact that like most of this stuff is novelties, and you don't want to spend $500 on like a bunch of novelties.
Yeah,
these
no.
games are perfectly fine when you have those other games that you can play with it.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is it's like Half-Life Alex, baby,
Mm-hmm.
and Half-Life Alex, baby.
Yep.
People are saying that Horizon is Sony's version of Half-Life Alyx.
Right.
I hope they're right. Like,
Yeah, I have it. I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to try it out until last night, but I will say the Gran Turismo and Resident Evil Village are pretty good in VR.
Are they?
cool.
Okay.
So moving out of VR, they showed they showed the trailer for the Destiny stuff that's launching next month. Hey, what up, Lucifer?
Yo.
I thought it was the
But
end of this month is
sorry,
when
the end of
Lightfall
this
comes
month.
out.
Yeah, February 28th. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, so February 28th, we're getting Lightfall. I would love to play this, but it's a time thing. I really thought about picking it up, but I'm like, dude, I don't got Destiny time right now.
Yep. Nope.
No.
I don't.
Hey, nobody
Like,
got time for that Destiny time.
yeah, like I got, I'm already invested in another MMO. I've, relationship, work, school, like just
Thing about
I do
these
not have
games
time.
as a service games, like I only have
Yep.
time
Yep.
for like one or two.
Mhm.
Sorry if you get left off.
Yep. Like I love Destiny. Destiny's awesome, but especially because the nature of like if I take a like some time off of WoW, I can still catch up pretty quickly. If I take some time off of Guild Wars, I don't have to worry about anything. Final Fantasy, the story stuff is long, everything else isn't that bad. But like Destiny, like missing a season feels so shitty. It feels so bad because like you want to talk about games that take vertical progression maybe too far, it's Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
But man, I love it when I'm in it.
Yeah.
Literally the hardest game I play to keep up with my friends. I mean, yeah, like that's the thing. Is like because the people who are into Destiny are fucking
I'm fucking in
into
it.
Destiny.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, like it's it's crazy, like how super into it they are, and it's as much as I really enjoy the game, and when I was in it, I was super into it too. But I just got time for that, man, and it's a bummer because it's a lot of fun.
A good
That
game.
shooting feels incredible.
Yeah.
That cinematic looked really good.
Yeah, the story has gotten really cool. Like I loved this past year's story when I was playing it. But it's fun, but not worth the time I'm waiting to put into other games with limited. Yeah, no, that's basically what it's at.
Yep.
It's like I just finished Hi-Fi Rush this week. Like I'm gunning through WoW and Guild Wars, and I'm been chipping away at Elden Ring and a bunch of other stuff. And like this thing looks cool, and it's supposedly the start of the end of Destiny. But
Oof.
yeah, so
All right. Have fun, Destiny people.
yep. This new thing, this is another like smaller indie title thing. That
Oh,
I
this is people are comparing this to some Zelda stuff.
yeah, and this
Yeah.
and
I was gonna say,
and
I'm getting a little bit of Wind Waker vibe on this one.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. But like I looked at this and I was just like, yeah, this is cool. I'm like I'll play this when it goes on sale. This seems like a cool thing.
Chia. Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And apparently it's available on the higher versions of PlayStation Plus. So
Oh
they're
yeah,
doing
it's on extra
yeah.
and premium or whatever it is.
Yeah, so they're
Which
doing
kind of
day
sucks.
and that's fine. They're doing day and date with indie games, and that's better than nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're waiting a year to put out their like big titles on there because Ghostwire, Uncharted, and Horizon all just hit.
Right. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So it seems like which like that's still a pretty good deal. Like if that's their game plan is like, oh, just wait a year, then that's actually kind of fucking brilliant.
It's
You know?
certainly it's certainly better than nothing.
Yeah, like and I get it because their AAA titles are these big prestige things. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
What else is going? The Dog of Light.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Humanity.
Yeah,
What is this?
Yeah,
Like
this looks pretty
Lemmings?
interesting. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
You're a dog that's like shepherding people through these puzzles.
Okay.
So it's a lot like Lemmings.
I was gonna say this is just Lemmings. All right, cool. Lemmings is cool.
Lemmings 2023 is what we're looking at here.
Hey.
This is another
Made by
one
the
where like,
studio that made Rez.
Oh.
Oh,
fuck. I really don't mind because
Rest
I
was good
don't
shit though.
got to
So.
buy the games I kind of want to pay, not really want to play.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll say this is like it kind of depends. Like if I'm gonna get enough new games and games I care about in a year to where it equals out to what I would have bought, I'm fine with it. Which is why I've been okay with Game Pass. But like PlayStation Plus last year, I played Stray. That was the only thing I played on the service, so it wasn't really worth it. Um, so
And also
this thing
play
looks
this with
cool.
VR.
This is from the Res people, which also means it's the Tetris Effect people and the Luminous
Yes.
people.
This game
Mhm.
looks actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Little bit of Mario Maker style in there,
Yep. Making levels.
It's probably the game I'm most excited for out of this state of play.
Yeah. That actually seems really interesting.
Stuff I'm most excited for comes later, but yes,
Of course.
it looks.
On Volcano
I mean,
High.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
All
Also,
right.
not
Everybody's
premium,
really
so I
excited
can
about
play.
Volcano High.
Here he is.
I am excited about that. Plus, I bought the premium so I can play PS2 and up. Yeah, but the PS2 selection on there is weak as fuck.
Garbage.
And the PS3 games are all streaming.
Legend of Dragoon. You can get Legend of Dragoon now.
That's great.
If you haven't played that JRPG from the PS1, you should.
It's good.
So
Good shit.
this game they had like announced with the PS5 and then hadn't shown anything since.
Right.
And it's just like, and like I'm still kind of like, okay, so is it like a rhythm game and a visual novel? Is what it looks
seems
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's that remind me of? Night in the Woods. Yeah, okay, I'd be down.
The furries have entered the mainstream when they're showing this amazing
That's
art
right.
style, and then he's just smoking.
I thought it was canceled. No, I know it was like they talked about it briefly last year,
That was
but
for like
yeah.
a hot second and then gone.
Okay, so there's a photo editing minigame, texting minigame.
This looks fun. I like this.
Yeah,
looks fun, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check this out. I hope it's not too expensive, but like I definitely want to play this. You know, this is something I think looks really cool. I don't know why it took 3
So long.
years.
You know,
It's out in June, which is a real bummer because it's when a million other games come out.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Street Fighter, Diablo, Final Fantasy.
Mhm.
This was a choice. So can someone tell me what the fuck this is? Is this all just the Ultimate Ninja Storm games like connected together, or is this like a new one?
I don't know.
It sounds like it's connecting all of them together.
Okay.
I mean that's just what I know nothing about these games at all, but
Yeah, same.
I know they're
so.
popular. So
I to my knowledge, this is basically Kakarot, but for Naruto.
right.
Yeah, that's what it seems
Yeah,
like.
it sounds about right.
Yeah, that's someone correct me if I'm wrong, but which like Kakarot was fine. Like that was a fun little RPG to
That's a fun thing where you want to if you want to experience the anime again, you know, and you want
Yeah.
to do it in a
Here you
different
go.
way. This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
So
So
having that for Naruto fans is awesome.
yeah, good for him, man. Happy for him. I will say these games I always thought looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not a Naruto fan, so I don't particularly care about playing them. But I always wanted one for Dragon Ball, and I got it finally.
Sure.
Now they need to just do one for My Hero. That's
And then
what
everybody
I
will be
need right now.
happy.
Yeah.
They'll get
So.
there.
Eventually.
Oh, yep. So
What's this next game here?
yeah, this Naruto trailer is long.
It's good. They got
Yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Baldur's Gate 3?
Baldur's
Yeah,
This is Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
Comes out like literally day after my girlfriend's birthday.
All right.
So
So
she's
is that
gonna
how
be
you guys are celebrating? Playing some Baldur's Gate?
probably knowing her.
I'm playing some Baldur's Gate 2 right now, and let me tell you, that game shows its age.
yeah, it does.
How old is Baldur's Gate 2?
20?
It's
Almost 20?
almost around 20.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna look it up
almost
real quick.
23.
Almost 23. Yep.
Really?
Jesus fucking
Yep.
Christ.
It's
Shit.
old, man, and we're having fun with it, but man, I'm so looking forward to this game coming out so we can just kind of switch over.
My big thing with every time I like look at this Tyler game, it just makes me want to go to Diablo. I think
I
that's
mean,
my
for
big-
gameplay purposes, you're probably better off playing a Diablo.
you
This is
know,
for like I want to have a Dungeons and Dragons experience without the pen and
Mhm.
paper stuff.
fair enough. Yeah, I'm interested in this. I'm not gonna get it on PlayStation, but
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I checked it out when it came out in early access, like shortly after,
Mhm.
mhm.
and was like, okay, this is probably going to be fine, but I'll wait for the full thing to release.
Yep.
I know that like this plays similar to Divinity, and I didn't particularly care for the gameplay in that, but we'll see.
Okay. Game is called Wayfinder.
Yeah, this looks like an Overwatch clone or a Smite clone.
Uh,
Yeah, Smite
some
clone.
third person shooting and then fighting, shooting.
Games as a service, baby.
Games as a service.
Genres for this game: role playing, shooter, art, fighting.
Art. Okay.
Art.
Art. Okay. Fair
Interesting.
enough.
That looks like it's
Oh.
an MMO.
Making me think of like Risk of Rain, the way it's presenting.
Kinda. Yeah. Like
Not entirely,
that sounds
obviously, but you know,
a little bit.
got some puzzle action here. Okay. Interesting.
Looks cool. Not gonna play it.
The
but
beta
I knew-
starts on the 28th, February 28th.
Yep.
That's.
Oh,
Once
here we
again,
go.
I'm
turning on the sound for this
oh.
one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you
Hype it
are.
up.
Give it a
Yeah,
crash.
look at my man.
Zangief.
I'm
Ah,
glad that they're embracing like the wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah,
the wrestler
no,
side of Zangief. Yeah.
I love his new look. Like it looks so good.
I am vibing with this new look. Like,
It's we knew that they've been putting the new Capcom face, tech on Street Fighter characters, which has been awesome. But it's so cool to see them apply it to each new character. And so seeing Zangief with this new face is like, oh my god, look at this human being.
Dude, it's so sick.
It's great.
I love his supers. They're so good.
Yep.
they are so good. And that little
You know, a
pause
lot of-
right there is just like, hey, pow.
A lot of people are talking about the reference to the Street Fighter 2 anime for Cammy, but I'm
Yes.
pretty
Oh
sure
yeah.
Zangief beating the crap out of Honda here is a reference to the Street Fighter 2 beta for the Super Nintendo, where Zangief and Honda have a 10-0 matchup.
Oh my
If
god.
Oh yeah.
If you pick Zangief, Honda can't do anything. If you start the round off with SPD,
Wow.
the range is so great that it grabs Honda, and then Zangief is so borked that he can just continue to grab Honda because he's got such a big body.
Yep.
You can't do anything.
Yep. Great. Wow.
Uh,
That's
great.
funny.
we got a new character here.
Look at this new character.
She looks cool.
Reminds me of T-Hawk.
Apparently, she's a spiritual successor to T-Hawk.
That explains a lot.
Yep.
All right.
You see her jump in the air and do that dive. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
No, I think that's cool. I think that I know that a lot of this game has been hyped up as the next generation.
Mhm.
I think doing that with Ryu and Ken is a terrible idea, but I think doing it with T-Hawk is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
So T-Hawk's not a character that a lot of people are like, oh, I love T-Hawk.
They probably
Right,
enjoy playing as T-Hawk. I don't know what the loyalty to the character itself is.
Yeah. So
Here we go.
Alright.
Here we go.
here's
Yeah.
here's the one you came for.
Damn right.
That's
Damn me.
That's not true.
Girl.
I came for Zangief.
You came for
but-
Zangief.
I came for Cammy. Because
This is the
I do like
character.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
This character combined with Rashid are the ones that I've been vibing with most in all my time running around in Street Fighter. And Ken. But, God, I'm so ready for some Cammy. Cammy looks fantastic, and I'm just ready. I'm ready.
All right, and then what were you saying, Em?
oh no, I was like, I came for Cammy. Cammy's my girl. Like, I got so excited when I saw her. I was like, thank you. I've been waiting for you for so long.
I've been putting this one off.
Really, the only characters that I'm super in love with that they're missing are Akuma, Sakura, and Dan.
Yep.
They're all
But
going to be
Sakura was
DLC,
announced
guaranteed.
for
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
Okay, so I need to pause real quick. So what's been announced so far? We got Dalsim, right? Dalsim's confirmed.
yes.
Yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
the final roster is out.
Is it out?
Yeah, these are the last three.
I know
Hold
one.
on.
Oh, I thought the full one was leaked, and I think we're missing one.
Okay, so Cammy, Lily, Geef, JP,
Yep.
Honda, DJ, Manon, Marissa, Dalsim, Blanca, Ken, Jury, Kimberly, Guile, Chun-Li, Jamie, Ryu, Luke.
Okay. So have they released a trailer for Kimberly? Because that's the one I'm most interested.
Yes, yeah, she was in the first beta.
Oh, she was in the beta. Okay, well then
Yeah.
I missed out on that. I like that Jury has become borderline main roster.
Yeah, dude. She
She's
always
such a-
was awesome.
But I love that she was introduced in 4 and then was just such a fan favorite from the get go that the idea of having a Street Fighter without her is fucked.
Right.
Yeah,
so-
you know.
I'm happy for her. I don't. Did we get it? I guess Luke is the character that entered in 5 that is getting a on the front cover here now.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
not feeling
I know
it.
some people have opinions on Luke. I remember Jeff Gerson said, "I hate the character. I love playing the character."
Sounds
So
about right.
yeah,
Sounds about right.
so excited. Oh, this. Let me tell you, the reason I'm playing Tekken right now is partially because looking at 5 is just a pain in the ass. I don't like looking at it. The story mode is hot trash. But like every time I look at this game, it's like, fuck, we're gonna play so much. Oh my god.
It looks spectacular.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's gonna be June 2nd. Can't come soon enough.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We're playing other fighting
uh,
games till then. But
but
man, when that
yeah.
drops.
It's gonna be a
We're
good
gonna be
day.
on that like a fat kid on cupcakes.
Then
Yep.
we got next game though.
Oh god.
Also, yeah, let's
Oh
go.
yeah!
Might as well let this
Resident
play in
Evil
full.
4,
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
let the trailer run on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on the audio real quick.
Oh,
God, look at all these characters. Look at them.
They got knife parries.
That's
You got ducks. You can duck now.
This voice acting. It's so good.
Oh. They obviously changed a bunch of stuff, but I'm still okay with it.
Yeah, this still looks good.
This looks fucking amazing.
Oh, this dick
Krauser's
bag.
Krauser's a boss fight now.
Yep.
Fucking so sick.
Sick. This looks really good.
Yeah.
God. The wrestling moves are back.
Yes, of course. Oh, nice.
Dude,
Sorry to the people listening on the audio podcast. You're just gonna have to watch this yourself. Good trailer.
Yeah. It's good. It's good shit.
Dude, March 24th cannot come soon enough.
Oh man. Apparently they're working on a VR version of this.
Yep.
So
Sure.
I'm definitely checking out the VR version of this. Oh man, that cart sequence.
Oh god.
Dude,
It's gonna be. This game's gonna be something.
it's gonna be. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I've been ready
It'd
for
be so
months.
epic.
This is one of those games that there's so much is being changed that like when you go to like Game of the Year stuff, it's like, okay, how much of this is actually Resident Evil 4? the original. This is like a whole new game.
Yeah, no, this is the well, 2 was the same way. Like yes.
Well, yes, I guess all the other Resident Evil remakes have been the same in that way.
Yeah, so yeah, and which is awesome. Like
Which is great.
You get what like you can enjoy both now, man.
Man.
Oh, but wait for it. Hold on. Yeah, it's coming back. Mercenaries mode, baby.
Mercenaries. Oh my god. That's gonna be good.
And-
Special demos coming soon.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, when is soon though?
Yeah.
Exactly.
When is soon?
Because the
I
game
need it.
comes out next month.
Yeah, I
It's
bet this
yeah.
So it has to be within the next 2 weeks
Yep.
for that special demo.
Man.
Oh, this.
Okay. We want to talk about this.
Sell me on this, please.
So this is Suicide Squad. I'll go ahead and turn the audio up for this as
Hi
well.
everyone, my name is
Oh,
Eric
unless someone's going to
Barry.
be talking over it. But... let's see. Let's get to some gameplay so the people watching on video can take a look at that. Oh, you are talking a lot. There we go. I assume they're still talking. Nope. All right.
Alright, so I don't know, man. This seems
So,
fine.
looking at as a video trailer
Hold on a sec.
seems fine.
Hello, Brainiac.
Seems like what you're looking for this game. Purely from watching these cutscenes.
You will have Luther ASAP.
Yeah.
Good news. You want Luther? All you have.
When they
to
said they're
do
gonna add
is
other characters as
come
DLC,
get him.
Yeah.
so I'm getting strong Avengers vibes.
They're going
like-
to add other characters, like someone who plays like Harley Quinn, and someone who plays like Deadshot, and someone who plays like, yeah.
I think my big
King
issue,
Shark or Captain Boomerang or whatever.
Yep.
like, I want to have faith in Rocksteady, but like, how much of WB got its fucking tendrils in there and did WB things?
Yeah.
The question is, this is a good case of like, okay, is this actually like a problem with games as a service as a whole, or have other studios just been doing it poorly? Like, if there's
Yeah.
a studio that can prove one way or the other, it's got to be Rocksteady.
Yeah, like those 3 Batman games were spectacular. This does look.
Look at this. Look at the movement in
Yeah.
this. Ugh. You want to talk about movement? This is beating Avengers quite a bit, just in
Yeah.
terms of
Yeah,
like speed and distance. And...
By a mile.
Yes, and the combat.
How good that shit is.
The combat looks like Rocksteady combat for sure.
Yeah.
With yeah, like this. I just like, is it co-op? Okay, like that's.
Am I gonna
Like,
want to
there's
play
just-
this after story mode?
Yes, like this very much seems like one of those games that I would rent.
Right.
Like this would be, and if I really liked it, but like there's just like the stink of live service is all around this.
Well, so I haven't seen
Yeah.
many like numbers in the gameplay aspects. Like, we'll talk about the menus later. But okay, we got some like red stuff coming out that you can collect. I assume those are resources.
Yeah.
One of like 12, I'm sure. These helicopters need to stop having weak points that just glow. That's a real problem.
you feel like that would have come out during R&D or something.
Right. It's that Stewie thing in the Star Wars episode. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we cover that up with like some plywood or something? Seems like a problem. Don't worry about it. Lots of shooting purple things. Oh my god, the amount of shooting purple circle things.
Somebody hates
It's a
purple
lot.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a special.
All right.
You'll see super.
They are showing off a lot of gameplay right now.
Yes, and the more I watch, the more I'm just like, oh, this just looks like another Gotham Knights Avengers ready to happen.
It seems potential, but again, like the movement is selling me on this.
Well, like, yes, I just want to know. I don't know.
It's
Like,
that menu that like dampens my spirits. When I saw
it's-
that Destiny ass menu, I was like, oh no.
Like, I see the menu and I see just like, okay, this movement looks really cool, but how much of this game is go to point A, go to point B, do the big battle thing, you know, and rinse and repeat? Because like there were a couple of cool big battles like this in Avengers.
Right? Yeah. How many times are we going to see this turret get shot down? You better have
Yeah.
more than 2 of these.
You know, like how yeah, just.
Right, let me see
Alright.
here. I'm gonna skip ahead. Got a cutscene happening.
We've got an interrogation to get back to.
Flash is evil.
Until these
Eviler. Yep. They are really going hard on showing off this game. What is
You
this?
have to kill us, Diana.
Oh, it looks like Wonder Woman wasn't. You know,
Wasn't made evil?
Corrupted.
yeah.
Save the world.
That makes sense. Superman's been made evil. Batman's evil. Martian Manhunter's evil.
Flash, obviously.
Yep.
Yep.
May
don't know,
26th.
I'm good. I'm gonna hold off for now, but it's.
We don't have the I'm gonna pull this up for the video watchers there. I need to pull up this. People have not seen it. If I can't find it, I'll pull it up at some point during this show, but it's like oof. Oof. Here we go. I'm gonna pull this up right over here. So this gets enough of it. You got your uncommon, your rare, your legendary effects. You've got different currencies. You got you got your legendaries as well, which are yellow. Like just straight up, let's just take the Destiny thing.
Take the Destiny approach.
I love that they not only take the idea of what Destiny created, but they are just straight up lifting it the way Avengers did. Like this game has been in development for so long, and they're just like, "Yep, we're just doing it." Look at
Well,
these numbers go up.
you have to think that this game, like, this is their first game in 7 years
Yeah.
or 8 years. That
Yeah.
game, like Arkham Knight, came out in 2015.
Yep.
Like, holy shit!
I see that this gun has a LexCorp label on it. I'm wondering if it'll be like Avengers, where if you get weapons from different companies in world, they have different effects.
That was also a Borderlands thing as well. So
Yeah, it was
that's-
also Borderlands.
That's a good question. I did
Yeah.
not play much Borderlands. How much Borderlands is in this, and how much Destiny is in this?
It looks like it could lean more towards Borderlands, but then I see the Battle Pass part of this,
And that's leaning towards Destiny.
and then the store part of this,
Yeah, we got a
that
talents loadout. Yep.
and then the WB being the publisher part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is leaning mostly towards Destiny, I think, with a little sprinkling of Borderlands. That's just me,
Yeah.
though.
So see.
Yeah,
Um,
we can hope.
yeah. So they talk about Suicide Squad for a fucking hot minute.
They are
here.
real big on this one.
Like, they
15
really
minutes.
like the entire back half of this is fucking Suicide Squad, and I'm just like,
Which is
They're
similar to the
real-
Avengers situation where they showed that long thing, and it's like you guys just showed like a little bit of a demo.
oh,
Again, loving where we're getting with face technology with our AAA games. I love how everyone looks like real people.
I'll say this: if the story is good, I will play it, beat it, and then probably sell it.
That's the thing. Like
Uh,
if it's like Avengers where it delivers a fun story mode, honestly, probably worth it.
Yeah, like
Especially if you can play with other people, which Avengers
Yeah, like
fucked up on.
Yes, they did badly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing a video on the channel of this if we like were to have A, time, and B, it's you can play the story mode together and it's actually good.
It'll be our before Street Fighter thing. Everyone has to get it, and we have to beat it before Street Fighter comes out,
Yeah, there you go.
which is like gives us what 5-6 days.
Yes.
That penguin? Fuck.
It is. And I will say, though, I don't know if
Mr.
you guys caught
Cobblepot.
this, but a lot of the people that have worked with Rocksteady on previous like Arkham games are in here. Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. She is back as Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Nolan North, who is the voice of Cobblepot, that's
Okay.
him there.
Okay.
They also got the original Wonder Woman, Susan Eisenberg.
Well,
Nice.
She played Wonder Woman in this.
it is the same it's same universe as Arkham and sent 5 years after Arkham.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't realize that.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what if you finished Arkham Knight, the end of that, Batman goes into not retired but is not retired.
Yep.
So
Pseudo retirement.
yeah, and yeah, so I'm curious to know where I'll take the story, and that was kind of it. Like the rest of it is, that's it.
Yep.
You know.
Suicide Squad.
So out of this, what is the thing everyone's most excited for?
The rest of this.
Yep, it's all
Wow.
Suicide
More or
Squad. I
less,
just
yeah.
changed, Yep.
I mean Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
Street
pretty much
Fighter.
just Street Fighter 6. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a surprising answer here, by saying just barely beating out Street Fighter 6. It's RE4.
I don't blame you.
that
That's
makes
a
sense.
good pick.
Yeah, like man, dude, I am so ready for that fucking game.
Yep.
Like
Yep. It looks good.
yep. Just I'm so ready for RE.
I think I'm gonna pick up a PS5 here.
I mean, this one's on PC, I think.
Is it?
I know PlayStation's it's PlayStation is getting some extra bonuses.
What extra
Yeah.
bonuses?
I want to say it's just like weapon DLC and
okay.
like skins.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so you should be good.
That should be good. There are some games here that were shown off that were like, I want to get a PSVR 2 eventually if they keep the momentum up.
I think my brother's getting a VR2 and giving me his VR.
Nice.
So
All right.
hopefully I'll be playing the shit out of that when I get in September.
Yeah. I don't know what's available on the PSVR at this point. Been a while.
Some of the stuff that was showcased at State of Play is also going to be available for VR,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
standard VR. So
Yeah. So,
Actually, I think did it say Resident Evil 4 was gonna be compatible with the original VR?
VR,
I don't think it's gonna be the original VR. I think it's VR2.
Okay.
So
yeah, a lot of
Hmm.
the VR stuff showcased here is VR2. There's some
Pretty
That would
games
make
like
sense.
Humanity
yeah.
is going to be available for PlayStation VR.
Oh, it might
So.
have been it might have been Humanity. All right.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's like
cool.
one or two others that are good for original VR. I don't remember which ones they were, but
Yeah.
that's beside.
So yeah,
All right.
looks
Good state of play.
yes, very 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 good. Capcom stole the show.
No, once
mean,
again.
If anybody was
Yeah.
going to steal a state of play or a direct or anything like that, let it be Capcom.
We called it earlier this year. It was Capcom is just on an absolute roll, and this year they have both Street Fighter 6 and a
And
stellar
Resident
remake
Evil.
of Resident
You,
Evil
you want
4.
you wanna this reminds me of '09 because so Street Fighter 4 and RE5 came out like 3 weeks apart. I know that because I have posters from the release still.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, like I looked up and I'm like, oh right, those games are like a month apart, if that. Oh, weirdo history repeats itself, eh?
Yeah. So
But
amazing.
it's in a good way, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, overall some good stuff. Makes me happy I own a PS5.
Yeah.
You know, like good on them. But you know, I'm and you know they're gonna probably have another one of these when Final Fantasy more closer to Final Fantasy's release and
Yep.
whatnot. So, yeah. All right, guys. Before we get in the next part, let's take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then we'll hit into the rest of the news.
Okay, let's do a break. You. And we're back.
Hey everybody, we're back, and we're here to talk about fighting games now.
I
All
was gonna
right.
say, speaking of Street Fighter and fighting games,
Um,
I'm ready. Let's
hey,
go.
that's
I got
you
your
should
fight
probably-
stick.
Hold on, let me go get mine.
Are we showing off? Are we showing off?
I'm
fight
ready. It doesn't
sticks?
matter what I do.
Sure. Hold on.
All right.
Now I feel like the odd one out because I don't have a fighting stick.
Your
all of you.
keyboard. You have a keyboard. You have a gamepad. There are a number of champions that use gamepads.
I mean, I have my controllers.
There you go. You're good. There are people who have won
There you go.
Evo with a gamepad.
But you three fuckers have fucking fight sticks that, in the case of Aaron's, built himself. But what the? You have a Street Fighter 4 one. Fuck you.
And mine is signed by Justin
And
Wong.
yours is
Yeah.
signed by Justin. Ah,
It's a
y'all
classic.
suck. Y'all fucking suck, man.
Uh,
Man, I just now watched the Bronson. You'll love this. I just now discovered the video of Justin Wong playing Mortal Kombat and running into an 8-year-old. It's like, you're gonna learn.
No.
Welcome to the real world.
That's cheating. You can't do that. And it's very funny being on the other side of that now. Of like,
Oh,
I
fucking
understand
shit,
fighting
man.
games. No, what Justin Wong's doing is correct. It's the game is designed that way. That's not on accident. There's a way to get around that. You got to figure it out.
Yep.
Unless it's Street
Right?
Fighter 2 and you're Cammy against Sagat, then you're fucked. But otherwise,
Yeah.
uh,
That's the
here.
only problem.
yeah, but that's like that's a small problem.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Browser view switched courses. You know. All right, we're ready to go. I'm ready to talk about the thing I'm most excited about this week.
Evo.
Let's go. Let's go. All right.
What do?
All right. So what do we want to talk about first? We want to just read off the list.
Yeah, let's. So they revealed their lineup, and ooh, it's a good one, dude.
It's a
It's
I
good
say
one.
the hype. She is
Let's
real.
get that image up there.
Yep.
Sponsored by Chipotle.
Chipotle's serving it.
So
Mm.
weird.
Real quick question.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was watching that stream like at work, and I was just like, or like I was listening to the stream at work, I should say, and like they kept mentioning Chipotle, and I was like, I can go for some Chipotle after.
I
my
got
my
two free burritos out of it.
yeah, my
Yeah.
brain is still stuck in the time when Chipotle was like accidentally poisoning people and they had to like
Yeah.
save their image. When was that?
While
That
ago.
long ago.
It was a long
long
time
ago.
ago. Was it not that long?
I don't think so. I think it was relatively like within the last few years.
Man,
Hold on, let me. 2015.
2015. Okay.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
So it was
I'm
within the
old.
last decade. Holy shit.
Yep. I know. I thought about it. I was like, wow, I've been holding that grudge against Chipotle for a while, but you know what? It's been like 8 fucking years. They've probably turned that around.
Jesus.
I love Chipotle. It's so good. It's so unbelievably good.
When's
but
the last time you went to Chipotle?
This week?
Oh my god.
when this video came out, because I was like, I haven't had Chipotle in about 6 months. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's been years for me, only because I live by Qdoba too, and they don't charge extra for their guac
Their
and queso.
Okay, so yeah, my issue with Chipotle is they used to be very, very affordable, and now my meal at Chipotle is like $18.
Right. Yep.
So
Yep.
Damn.
that's
Bitch,
my
what?
problem. It's like now, granted, I get a fucking fat bowl like this.
Oh,
they barely
with,
get
like
the top on it.
everything in there.
Yeah, and a drink, but like it's still just like this meal used to be $13, now it's 18.
Y'all are gonna make me look up a
So-
menu while we're talking about.
Okay. So one thing I will say is I am also a member of their rewards. So like every 5 or like some amount of orders, I get a free entree.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, see, that's the
so
same for
li-
me in Qdoba. So
Nice.
Yeah. So like Like literally, I've done this before where I will use my free entree while ordering food and then freeze one and have it the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Oh
yep,
man.
there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to that, let's read off this list for our audio listeners.
All right. Street Fighter 6, no surprise.
Yep.
Not yeah. Guilty Gear
Not the
Strive,
slightest.
also not a surprise.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Fighters. Hopefully the set goes to 1 a.m. again.
Yeah. Right.
Jeez.
We got Tekken 7, probably the last year of Tekken 7, unless Tekken 8 bombs.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
King of Fighters 15.
Yeah, that just came out last year. So yeah, they're yeah.
Yep. Melty Blood, weird, on the come up. I'm cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah. You got your one
Mortal-
anime 2D anime fighter here.
Technically
Yeah.
your third 2D anime fighter.
Oh, I guess
because,
you're right. Yeah.
Then we got Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate.
Last time around, unless
Uh,
MK12 sucks.
I
Yep.
think. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to MK12.
Okay,
but,
all right.
I don't think we're going to see Mortal Kombat 11 here.
Oh.
What?
After this year?
No, I don't. I
After
don't
this
think
year.
we're going to see it here this year
What do you?
Why?
But it's
because we're seeing Street Fighter 6, right, and that comes out in June.
yeah.
I'm willing to bet that Mortal Kombat 12 comes out before the fiscal year ends.
Which is
So I think we'll see it at, which is July, but I think we'll see it at Evo instead of Mortal Kombat 11.
But
Oh.
wouldn't people be practicing with MK11 for Evo, and then that switch happens, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, the same is true for Street Fighter 6, right? You can't practice that unless you have the cracked beta.
yeah, but like you know that it's like it's already like it has a set date and everything. It's on the tournament roster.
And at the
They
very least,
put-
they announced Street Fighter 6 on this roster, so you can be like,
Mhm.
"Okay, so me working
Yeah,
on
and
5 is not going to help me here."
Yeah.
they also put Blaze Blue Cross Tag on that roster before it was out. So if they were doing that, I think they would have just put it there. You know, I really think that I actually think MK is going to hit in like October.
I could see them doing this. I could see them doing that. I just think it would not be the smartest move. I wish they would have just like worked out a way to announce. This would have been a great way to announce MK12, honestly, if that was the
like
case.
an actual announcement and not during an earnings report.
Right? Like, man, so I think if that were the case, like, I think Evo should have been the one that just announced MK12 exists.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's happening.
But you are right that, like, Mortal Kombat 12, like, tends to release soon after it's announced. Or Mortal Kombat games tend to release shortly after they're announced. So, like, it's probably going to... There's a decent chance it releases before Evo. Not certain, but... And then
There's
even...
a small chance.
There's a small chance, right?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if they did it. I'd watch it. I can tell you that.
Last minute
Swap the hell out of it.
Last minute
Yeah.
swap. Yeah.
No one
let's
knows how to play
go.
this game. Let's go.
That's what they did with Blaze Blue Cross Tag. That's exactly what they fucking did.
Well then, yeah, why not? You know what? Why not?
Except they didn't swap it out. They just announced, yeah, this game's not out yet, but it's gonna be an Evo. It's like, okay, weird.
Like,
Everyone,
the fuck?
here's a day of Evo where you can just like lab.
You know?
yeah.
So
And then the final game.
so they're committing to doing a throwback title every year now, which good call.
Yep, good call.
This year's throwback fucking title is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's
Dude,
Marvel,
I could
baby.
Feel the hype coming from you when that was announced. Like, oh God, Ross is going ape shit on this fucker. God damn.
When's Marvel?
Where's Marvel?
My God, the whole scene blew up, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
It did. It
everybody
was
was going
nuts.
bad shit crazy over that. Like, God damn,
It's-
guys.
It is a shame that playing that game online sucks ass.
Yep.
But you
It's
know,
actually really good with
But
Parsec.
still.
Good with
Which is
what?
how
Parsec.
It's really good with Parsec, which is how Tampa Never Sleeps does it. They've been doing weekly tournaments for like years, and they've been using Parsec to do it.
Oh, really?
right. The issue I have with this is I want Capcom to support their own fucking video game. And also I play on consoles, so that doesn't help me. You know,
Like, for fuck's sake, man.
And yeah,
Bring out a
people.
new one.
Well, it's regularly
Dicks.
like $5 on Steam. I mean, like, it's not
yeah,
like the price is the barrier to entry there.
yeah. So,
What's
uh,
really rough is what I'm hoping is this is like gauging interest. That's what I'm really hoping this is.
well,
Like,
they've kind of been doing that because if you remember, they put out that Marvel 2 cab last year.
yep.
Yeah.
You know, so and it sold out. Like that motherfucker was gone the second it came up. Like, yeah, you can't even buy it. Like, you can buy the mini one that like sits on your counter, but if you want
But
like
that's
the
it.
full standee, no, that shit's sold out. And you know, they put out Marvel 3 not that long ago, and the dudes who did the PS3 version of Marvel 2 are saying like, so you know, we can port that. We just need the approval.
I don't
Just need to be okay.
understand how
Like,
how
Capcom, give them.
I don't understand how multiple Marvel vs. Capcom 3s were made and nowhere in that whole stretch of time they worked out something for MVC2. Like, I don't get it.
I probably licensing issues would be my guess.
Probably.
But like, well, what's the licensing issue for 2 that's not in 3?
I bet the return on the money, the return on the investment, the amount of money that Disney wanted wouldn't have made sense for Capcom.
That's probably a
That's
big part of it.
probably it. It's just such a shame that Disney's, going to go for profit over everything else. Because if you like made a short list, if you wanted to make like a video game museum, and you had like the fighting game section, MVC2 would be on the short list of games you'd want
Yeah,
there.
absolutely, 100%.
This is beyond to people who care about fighting games. This is beyond Disney, but to Disney, nothing is beyond Disney. So
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's a real bummer in that regard.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Oh well, we got yeah.
There's that rumored NetherRealm Marvel game.
I've been hearing about that
Uh,
rumor. That's something.
And I don't
Wait,
know if
what?
it's like just Marvel or if it's going to be DC versus Marvel as a fighting game, which seems really weird to me with all like the rights holders being willing to have their characters lose to
Right?
their like
Are you gonna
comic
make
book
trailers for
counterparts.
this?
Yeah, like how do you show that off without upsetting either side?
There's no
Right.
way. There's no way. Marvel versus MK is just gonna have to be like an Injustice thing, right? They're just gonna have to do it
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
it's just Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but hopefully that they put out that MVC2 cabinet. They got this at Evo. Like, the Evo show ended and they rated an UMVC3 player.
Yeah,
at the
Tampa
end.
never sleeps. He's the guy that has been streaming the tournaments for this for years.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
So
And there's one game on here, or there's one game that's not on here, that will have the same like $25,000 guaranteed prize pool,
Hmm.
which is the Grand Blue Fantasy versus
right.
sequel.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay then.
Yep. This lineup is awesome.
Yeah, this is straight fire. This lineup, like,
This is like literally the only thing that I would have wanted added to this is like KI.
Right.
But I realize that it's not big enough and no one would give a shit. But man, like this, yeah, like you cover all your bases. You got your anime fighter, you got your hyper fighter, you got your, like you just have just kind of everything you want, right? Like all your bases covered.
Yep.
So yeah, like I don't. I don't know what more you would want. I think that I do think that I'm really excited to see Marvel and hope that that is more than just, oh hey, we're doing Marvel.
Right.
Like we have an announcement.
Yeah.
That's my hope at least.
yeah.
That is not a bad hope.
So
yeah, very good. What games are you most excited to watch Evo?
Dragon Ball and Marvel.
Yep.
100% Dragon Ball and Marvel. Like no no shot of whatsoever. Like Dragon Ball and Marvel, 100%.
I mean, yeah, I'm watching Tekken 7 because that's what I'm playing now. I'm watching Street Fighter 6 because that's what I'm playing when it comes out. Dragon Ball Fighters is just an absolute joy to watch, regardless.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I
Yep.
enjoy the game, I enjoy the game, but also it's just awesome to watch, even if you know nothing. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 I've seen for a while. That game's been out. Happy for the people who play Mortal Kombat, but
Yes, exactly.
yeah. So let's see what else happened. We got some. Was that it? It was just announcing, hey, these are the
Line up
games.
for Evo.
Yeah, well, there's a format change too. So instead of streaming the top 8, they'll be streaming top 6.
6.
So essentially,
Oh.
they're skipping the first losers match in the top 8. What's not clear to me that everybody else is talking about is like how the payouts are going to work.
Right.
It sounds like they're just paying out the top. Sounds like they're just paying out top 6 instead of paying out top 8.
Yeah, yep, that's what's going on.
Which
That
kind of
sucks.
sucks. I understand things have been running late, but there's got to be a better way of doing it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of discussion about this of just like, well, do you want Dragon Ball Fighters to run till 1 in the morning? And that's also gonna piss off one of your sponsors because they don't want to do their fucking announcement at 1 in the morning.
Right. Well,
Yep.
so when does that start? When does top 8 start?
It depends. Like that's the problem with an open bracket tournament like this. Of you can have as many entrants as people that want to fucking enter, and you have 3 days to do it no matter what. So you can't really schedule it in
Well,
the
and
same way.
Street Fighter's notorious for running over, right? Like the top 8 in Street Fighter can easily take 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
It's probably not
That's
worth it to
kinda-
them to make it a 4-day thing, huh?
yeah. So they just basically have to be like, sorry, top 8. This needs to turn into top 6.
Yeah.
As shitty as that is.
Yeah.
Like
Just get
I
good.
real just man,
Just
yeah,
get
it's
good.
I mean, boy howdy, if it sucks if you're the person who gets
7 or 8, man. That's oh my
yeah,
god.
Especially in Street Fighter where they had a $2 million prize pool.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because it's $1 million to first place, and then what was it? It's $1 million to first place,
Yeah.
and then $1 million to 1 through or 2 through 6. Yeah,
And
so
is that for next year?
that's for Capcom Cup this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. When is that?
hmm
That's about the time of Street Fighter 6. So June?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hang on. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Well, Capcom Cup 9 just wrapped up, so Capcom Cup 10 will probably start right after Evo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks really cool. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I've already booked that weekend away. I know that one thing I talked about with the Discord as a whole was, hey, maybe we should Aaron and I could like run some streams talking about what's going on.
Sure.
Have a fun night out of it,
Yeah.
So that is a possibility of things that could happen.
Happening August 4th through 6th. So, clear your calendars.
Get ready. Be ready. Go to Evo.
If you can.
Yes, of course. If you can go to Evo.
Sounds like it'd be a good one.
Yeah, no. You're starting to see that Sony money at work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
so.
that's kind of always been one of the big issues of Evo is, and the fighting game community in general is we broke. We don't have no money. Can't pay for shit. So to have this out here and be like, no, we totally can pay for things.
Right.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's do you have any tournament you're not gonna want to watch that you know of?
I mean, I'm going to peek in on all of them at some point, but probably like furthest down on the list is Melty Blood because I think that's the one game. Well, so I don't have Melty Blood. I know nothing about Melty Blood, other than that cat mascot thing. I don't think they're a mascot. I just like cat. And then King of Fighters 15, I have. I haven't touched it. I know very little about it, about that franchise. And then after that, yeah, I don't know. I'm generally interested in the rest of the. I don't know if I'm gonna be like heavily invested in anything because like I don't know any of the people participating, but here to watch good fighting game.
I think in my case it's very much the same, but also I don't particularly care for watching professional Mortal Kombat players.
Really,
Yeah, it's just not my jam. I
Yeah.
I I think that it, like I love watching Pro Tekken. What's good, Blasian?
hey,
How you
Blasian
doing?
came in right
What
here.
up,
Hey.
Blasian?
Good timing, Blasian.
His ears
What
were
you?
burning with the talk of fucking Evo.
Yep,
Yeah,
senses were tingling.
Blasian. What tournaments are you most and least looking forward least and
Uh
most looking forward to for Evo? Jesus Christ.
huh.
I'm opposite. Last year's got me super into MK. Hey man, more power to you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I Dragon Ball Fighters is always gonna be the one I want. Like I was so happy when I got home last year at 1 in the morning and saw the sets were going.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, you Marvel 2 only. Also, Street Fighter is gonna be fire. I don't know. I like Marvel 3 a lot. I do it. 2 is definitely more busted and can be more fun because of its fact that it's more busted.
Mm-hmm.
Least might be DBFZ, so those matches so long, they're still super hype. Well, that's why I like them also, is like, yeah, man, those matchups, like, they last.
Right.
Yeah,
Forever. Yep.
yeah,
Um,
so.
I will say I do care more about MVC 2 than I care about 3. I recognize that 3 is very good, but like
Is there a reason for that? Is it just the
probably
nostalgia
nostalgia.
factor?
Probably nostalgia. That's like when I
Yeah,
think
fair.
about going to an arcade to play some fighting games, like that was the art style of MVC 2 is some of the best out there. I just enjoy watching it happen. That menu music,
Uh,
it's good.
Gonna take you for a ride. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Ugh.
Yeah, if you want to talk about which one has the most superior music,
Yep.
Yeah.
then yes, that is the one for sure.
Melty Blood is not the Fate
Oh,
fighting game, but it is the Tsukihime fighting game, which is in the Nasu verse. So they're all in the same universe, but they are um, two different media.
see, as opposed to the other anime fighters, quote unquote, a real anime fighter is when you say a bunch of words like that about how they're all connected, and I have no idea what you just said. That's an anime fighter right there.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
Guilty Gear. So,
Guilty Gears.
no. Just because Guilty Gear has gotten a little bit mainstream recently does not mean it's not a fucking anime fighter.
I don't know what the
Well,
hell's
yeah,
going
it's
on with their
100%.
story or anything, but at least with Guilty Gear, I don't think anything bigger than its fighting game.
No, not at all.
I mean, would you say
No.
Melty Blood's one of the biggest things in whatever franchise, this anime franchise?
No,
Yeah,
No.
I
Yep.
mean Melty's pretty big, but I think Tsukihime is probably bigger.
yeah. Fate series is the Kingdom Hearts of anime.
Oh,
Don't
so I should never watch that.
never
then.
touch
Got
it.
It's
Got
so
it.
good though. It's so good.
That's what all the Kingdom Hearts people say. Okay.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna be excited to watch all of these games play. Again, I'm definitely in like just soak information mode, so I'm gonna watch all of these at least a little bit.
Yeah, we'll probably set up something on the Discord that weekend, like where people can pop in and out of voice chat and watch stats together. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So.
It's a good way to because you Aaron specifically have said that you're not too familiar with some of these, so it's a good way to like kind of expand your fighting game horizons, I guess.
Yeah, and see what you're into. The
Yep.
fact that Aaron is trying fighting games is very exciting. Yeah, man.
We're doing it.
Yes. You know. So
I'm very
I don't
excited.
know.
Yep.
It's one of those things where I'm super excited, but I'm also like, man, it's gonna be a lot of time because outside of Dragon Ball Fighter, like I've booted up most of these besides Mortal Kombat and Melty Blood in the past 2 weeks, and outside of Dragon Ball Fighters, I have lost all my skill in all of these.
Sure.
You
Oh
know, I was
no.
actually pleasantly surprised at Tekken how oh, okay, I'm still a little bit competent at Tekken, but not really.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Um,
That's the fun. That's the fun is learning it all again.
to be man, I wish I would have recorded this last night when I was playing Tekken. I'd beat this dude using Bob, using the same move over and over and over and over and over.
There you go.
That's
Just
on him.
How you do it?
You got to
That's on
figure
that dude.
out what to do to go get around it.
literally just fucking kicking him in the head and grabbing him over and over and over and over. Like I almost felt bad a little bit.
Welcome to
Well-
the real world, my friend. Like you gotta learn.
I mean that
You
moment
gonna
will
learn
suck.
today.
That moment sucks for sure, but there's a way around it.
It's good motivation to get better. So
Do they save replays in Tekken?
I don't remember. I'll have to check. I know Dragon Ball does.
If you're just using 2 moves, then a replay probably isn't necessary. You know what's going on. But
Yeah, but man, it was super funny. Just get up, kick to the head. Get up, kick to the head. You know, tries to stay down, sweep.
yep.
Get good, sucks to suck. Somebody in tech.
No, you
Somebody
make a
who made top 8 but not top 6.
Oh. Yeah, this is a good time to get into fighting games too, just because I mean you've had fighters out for a while now. You've had Guilty Gear Strive out for a while. But we're now getting Street Fighter 6. We're gonna get Tekken 8 in a little bit here. We're gonna get Mortal Kombat 12 probably this year. Like things are blowing up right now. This is the time.
You know, Dragon Ball's getting rolled back probably in the next few weeks here, because next week is Dragon Ball Battle, whatever the hell it's called.
Right. Is that their last big tournament for that?
That's
That's
I
not
mean,
Evo.
yeah, it's yes, that is their end of their Dragon Ball World Tour thing.
That's got to be it then.
Yeah, like that. Yes, they said that they're done with characters at this point.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna, and you know, and they said in order to get rollback to function, they had to do PS5 and Series S/X versions.
Oh.
So that, and PC, of course. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what the limitation on that is.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't really affect me much, other than, okay, is it like a free upgrade? Is it a cost upgrade? How am I doing this?
Yep.
So yeah.
Very excited. Very excited.
Yeah. No. I'm over the moon to have Dragon Ball being able to function 100% online versus 75% of the time functioning online.
Fair.
Yeah. Yep. No, we're getting into it. I now have a preference of
Mhm.
buttons because I got these see-through ones and then I got these metallic ones, and I played enough where I just like the feel of these see-through buttons so much more.
Have you figured out if you're stick or hitbox man?
So I need to play more with the joystick. I went leverless first just to see if I could learn it, and the answer is absolutely yes. Leverless is fantastic. I'm into it. I just think joysticks are fun, so I want to try learning the joystick as well. But I think I'm leaning leverless. If for no other reason, if I were to get to such a point, and this is very unlikely, but if I were to get to such a point where I would try to enter a local tournament and I wanted to bring something, I want something lightweight. I want something where I don't have to unscrew a joystick to make sure I'm not messing it up. This thing is 9 pounds or something like that.
No, the sticks are fucking heavy, bro, and carrying them around sucks.
I want to get a hitbox or something equivalent if I were to go that far.
You can get the snack box
Joy,
micro.
yeah, Joy was posting about that on Twitter, where she was like, "Oh, I'm going to a tournament," and she showed off what was it called, the snack box?
Yeah, it's a snack box
Yeah,
micro. It weighs like
yeah,
2 pounds. It fits in your pocket.
yeah. It
Okay.
like literally fit in her purse.
Yeah.
Is that the one that
So
just has like keyboard buttons?
No,
no.
it's got the hitbox layout. It's just super tiny. It's probably like this big.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you are a traveling person, the good part for me is like if I wanted to go to like a bigger tournament, it'd be in Sacramento, and that's a 2 hour drive, and I could just take my car.
Right.
You know, like that's the nice part about it
Oh
is
man.
honestly, even if I was doing a tournament in the Bay Area, like 4 hour drive, have a place to stay, like it's
Yeah.
not that hard,
Yep.
that bad. So yeah, it's um
These look
I don't
great.
know.
These look great. I may get one of these.
They're awesome. They look cool.
Yeah,
Like I said,
agreed.
I'm not a hitbox guy, but I cannot deny how that thing is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
It's nice to see
so
also I've been watching just little bits of tournament videos and watching people play and just seeing in like the finals matches people using all different types of inputs. Like it really is what works for you. It doesn't really matter. Like one's not
yes,
inherently superior. You can use a
Mhm.
joystick, you
Mhm.
can go leverless, you can go gamepad. You're good.
yeah, like that. This got blown up when there was a dude at Evo who won it all with a PS1 pad.
Yes.
Like that. That's when that game ended and was like, okay, you could use what you want.
The Street Fighter
Yeah,
4 Rose player who
yeah.
won that Evo with the PS1 pad. Yep.
Man.
I remember Justin Wong mentioning trying to travel with a fight stick in his carry-on and he got pulled by TSA. So put those in your luggage and put it in the back. Uh, I'm a filthy pad player, so my opinion doesn't matter. TSA thinks those wires are bombs. Like, nah, man, those are down QTC forward X plus Y. Um,
uh, uh like man, do people have that opinion about gamepad players? Is that like a low key
They
no,
thing?
I
used to.
don't.
They don't anymore.
Yeah, like that's like an old that's old.
Got it.
That
It's
is
pre '09.
Okay.
yeah. That's I would say that was around during the early days of the '09 era.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I definitely remember going to tournaments. Dudes giving me side eyes when rolling controller.
But like
Uh,
why
Well,
even?
Snake Eyes, who the Zangief player plays on a pad. Like
Hmm.
yeah,
whatever. Just play with what's comfortable.
Yep.
well, yeah, exactly. And then that's what it comes down to is like I think that in people. I think there was a time period when people were kind of uptight about it, but you know, I don't think that's something that you have to worry about now. Old joke, but still funny nonetheless. It's yes, especially if you were there at the time and know that like, oh
Right.
man, we really did think that stupid thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I would make an argument that depending on the game and your preferences, certain ones are easier than others.
Mhm.
And that's kind of about as far as I take it.
Certain inputs are easier on pad, and certain inputs are easier on joystick.
Yes, playing like full circles is so much easier on gamepad to me.
Yep.
Sure. That makes
So much
sense.
easier.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know a lot of people say, yeah, but you don't have the full stick. Yeah, dude, but I have an analog stick, and it's not that hard to swap from the D-pad to the analog for one move.
Right. Let me
Um,
tell you, the biggest part, which is, pretty much expected, but like the biggest part for me was like trying to associate that what's supposed to be a spacebar button to like jumping because it's like below.
Mhm.
I don't know
Mhm.
why, but
mm,
like adapting that joystick mindset where jump is up and then switching over to like a key-esque setup where jump is like the furthest down button, like is getting me
it, it, that
What thumb are you using to hit jump? Are you using your left or your right thumb?
left.
Left. Okay.
Just because I
For
associate
me,
it with
like
movement.
yeah, and that makes sense. For me, it's a lot easier to use my right thumb.
I've seen people, yeah, use different thumbs for it,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
especially for like Tekken makes sense to me because you're only having to worry about 4 attack buttons. Or like Street Fighter, like I don't know, I feel like I'm a little bit overwhelmed with 6. To add a jump button onto that as well would be,
Right.
but yeah, man. I'm ready. I need to get my that's the big thing is I need to finish my fight stick. Fighter 6 out. Get my artwork
So,
finished. Get these buttons
G-
switched out.
it's cool. Yeah, I just need to get my fighting game set up. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Is like, okay, I need to set up time to practice and everything. But no, I've every week as like we kind of like poke at it a little more and more. I'm just like, all right, I had fun with that. Let's try this.
Yep.
Fun with that. I'm just like poking away at it slowly.
Slowly, but you know what? And that's been the most shocking thing is, man, fighting games, like, as long as you got a few good ones, you could play literally no other type of game.
Yeah, as long as you want to fucking practice and shit. I think that's the part that I get worn out on is I get worn out on labbing fairly easily.
Sure.
Like that's I am like I'm my friend Robert, like that dude is a fucking champion. Like that dude is a like that dude like will literally just spend his entire Saturday labbing. And I'm just like, I don't know how you have the fucking patience for this.
when I started playing DBFZ,
Mm.
I woke up early one morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and was like, I'm going to play some DBFZ. But I took a certain controlled substance that allows you to focus.
Okay.
All
And
right.
it was like 2 in the morning when I realized I was still playing DBFZ and labbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Nice.
oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's happened?
Yeah.
My
That's
wife
very
comes
good.
in and she's like, I haven't seen you all day. Are you coming to bed? Are you
Ah,
Are you doing drugs? Is
yes,
this where you do drugs?
what's going on in here?
but adult drugs. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh
Use
god.
fucking Adderall to play fighting games all day.
That's right.
Bladen said, I'm just ready to watch Bronson and Jesse play again. Then I know all will be right in the world.
Hell yeah.
Fair.
Fight stick stream will happen when I get all the rest of my stuff in. I need to order a bunch of buttons.
Jesse
and
is
stuff.
immediately going to rock my shit in anything that isn't Smash or Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Yep.
Yeah, like
Gonna be good.
I am very current in Smash, and I'm mostly current in Dragon Ball. Oh lordy. So, yeah, I'm excited for a lot of stuff involving that. I know it's just I need my life to fucking calm the fuck down. My sub is still active for Jesse.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Man, that has been a thing too. Has been like just I need to make the time. I need to make the time. There's a bunch of stuff going on in life, and it's just like, okay, I have 2 hours. I'm gonna jump on stream, no announcement. Look, we're getting this. I'm fitting these 2 hours in.
Yeah, like I know my free days for that shit are like Tuesdays, basically, and sometimes Saturday night. And I'm just like, okay, one of these Saturday or Tuesdays, you're just gonna get a random Discord ping of like, fucking, we're doing Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Or we're doing Smash. Oh fuck, I need to, like that's.
We need to set up some time frames. This is when we can just no announcements pop up and stream some fighting games so that we don't accidentally overlap each other. Also,
we did it last year, and I floated the idea out to the other communities. So cross community Smash Bro might be a thing.
Oh boy.
Again this year.
God.
So I'm just saying it's a might. I've talked to them. They're interested.
How much are those Smash boxes going for?
Smash box? What the fuck is
What's
a
Smash box?
It's the Hitbox dudes made a controller for Smash.
Oh.
It looks ridiculous if you pull this up. It looks
look for
nuts. It's $250 by the way. The price
the
is
Hitbox
$250.
people made it.
Yeah, if you search for Hitbox Smashbox.
Oh God, what is this?
Yeah, so there's movement buttons, there's jump buttons.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up. There you go.
There's your C stick buttons that are yellow.
Jesus. Okay.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, this looks like it's too much for me. I don't think my monkey brain can handle this.
I mean, They need to, if they're going to like try to lay out a GameCube controller, you might as well go all the way with it. Like I can at least I recognize, yes, okay, so the yellow is your right stick, sure.
That's your C stick.
But I need my attack buttons to be just as fucked up looking as the GameCube's face buttons. Like this whole lined up, organized thing. No, that's not a GameCube.
I don't know what this button is next to the left button, the left red button. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, what are these lone buttons over here on the sides?
Why do you need that? What is that?
Jesus.
Triggers? No.
No,
Is
I
the bottom
guess.
left a D-pad? But
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, bottom left has to be D-pad.
which makes me think that that could be a left trigger on that far left side.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
you've got the 4 buttons for, right? You've got your 4 face buttons and then your 4 shoulder and trigger buttons.
Right. There are 4? On the
yeah,
GameCube,
A,
right?
B, X, Y.
Yeah,
A, B, X, Y.
X, Y, and then
Z.
Z, R, R, Z, L, and L.
No, they just
Z,
had
that's
Z
right.
and then L and R on GameCube.
I'm still stuck in GameCube. All
I
right.
think you can use this for the Switch. I think it's also switchable.
Profiles.
I say if
quality
it's Switch
build.
compatible, then I'm gonna fork over $250 for this shit. Cause fuck.
You know what? This would be a decent transition, expensive transition, but like you want to learn how to fight on a fighting game stick, like jumping into Smash with this seems like a decent way to get used.
Yeah, play
I
Ryu
mean,
because he
yeah.
has all the motions.
Compatible with GameCube and Wii, Wii U, Switch, and PC.
Yep. There it is.
There you go. Good for playing your Dolphin emulator.
That's right.
There's a Wii
Or your
nunchuck
Yuzu for
port?
Switch.
Huh. What? Wow. Okay. Soundwall buttons. Nice. What a cool looking, weird looking thing.
Also, comment in the chat from Blasian. Smash, yes, I need redemption. Haha, that shit is so bananas. Kind of is, yeah, you're right.
Is.
Yep, 100% is.
All right. That's enough of that. We got some more news to just get through here, but Evo's happening. Know it. All right. Next news story.
Next news story, MK12 is happening this year.
Yep.
MK12 is happening. They announced it in like some sales call or something.
Yeah,
It was their earnings call, yeah, for the stock.
Yeah.
The stockholders.
It just seems like such a big game for them to be like, you know.
I
Whatever.
mean, is like yes and no, because like yeah, MK is definitely like I don't know. I always consider it big, but like I never consider it like big enough to where people are gonna want to like freak out over it.
I mean,
Right.
it's one of the best-selling fighting games.
I think it actually might be the best.
It might be the best
behind Smash and like Street Fighter. Like that's it.
Like I wouldn't, in terms of its popularity and why it's popular. Like I wouldn't even like. I hardly think of it as a fighting game in that respect. Of like it's like feels like a little more than that just because of the kind of people who tend to buy these games and drive the sales.
Yeah, they're
Mortal Kombat is the best-selling fighting game.
Yep.
Is it? Does it smell better than Smash? Really?
Yeah. Yep. 8
Wow.
million more than Smash.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Weird. Right?
As a franchise.
Oh, as a franchise. Okay, that's
okay.
different.
As a franchise,
Yes.
yes.
Smash Brothers Ultimate is 30 million. Street Fighter 2 has 15 million. Mortal Kombat 11 has 15 million. Brawl has 13 million. Mortal Kombat 10 has 12 million. Tekken 7 has 10 million, and then the list goes on from there.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well, again, so even if it was just like Evo got the right to announce, I think that would have been enough. That would have been more what it deserved than this. But then again, whatever. The one thing I do like about it is about the way Mortal Kombat announced. Like, hey, we're pretty close to done. Basically, what this means.
Yeah.
Well, like no, you don't have that year, or you don't have that like 1 year wait of agony, or like that 9-month wait of agony that you have with Dragon Ball or with Street Fighter.
Tekken announces another Tekken 7 World Tour. So everyone's like, "Oh, so we got another year of this before."
They said fiscal year,
Yep.
so March is what it's looking like.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like that is the supposed what everyone's going with. So
I am excited for more Mortal Kombat. I loved Mortal Kombat 11 warts and all.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
The last time that I was like really into MK, where I was like, yeah, dude, I love MK, was like 9.
9 was so good.
9 was
Yeah.
like the 9 was the one where I was just like, oh, this is fucking insanely awesome. So
Yeah. I really enjoyed 11's. There's been I was talking with a friend like, "How do you go forward after the end of MK11 in story mode?" Like, well, I don't know. It's a dumb fighting game franchise. They'll make up some bullshit just like they did with 9.
Look
exactly.
how that turned out.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
was great. So let's see what they do. I'm excited. We're
Nah, same.
ready to
Absolutely
play the best story mode in fighting games.
not a high bar
Not a high
at
bar, but
all.
that's
It is
good.
not. It is
You
not a high
know,
bar.
I had high hopes for the Dragon Ball one, but then it was other than like the in jokes between characters of like, this is some of the franchises always talked about. 10 was hella good. I like 10 enough. I always finish the story mode of these, but then like other than that, I'm not like super
Same,
into
same. Yes.
it.
I like 10 more than 11, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think 11 is the most beautiful by far.
Oh, it
I
looks
looking
real good.
Mm,
I like it honestly. I like the Injustice games more than I like the MK games.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight Batman.
That's the reason I have it downloaded right now.
Yep, same.
I want to try out the turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant. Yeah. No.
Um, I have some thoughts on what I've played of Tekken story so far, but we can do that for later.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's MK is popular. MK is good. I don't think there's anyone gonna argue that. So
Yep. I'm ready.
uh,
Let's do it.
Injustice Storyline was they turned it into a very mediocre animated movie.
Oh,
Unfortunately, like I watched the animated movie and I was like, oh, this is the definition of meh.
damn.
garbage.
Not garbage. It was entertaining enough. Like I was willing to sit through all of it, but you know.
All right. I'm ready.
So
Let's
yeah,
do it.
yeah. All right. Next up is. Oh no, sorry. I was read one news story ahead. Is Microsoft and Nintendo have made a deal to get COD on the Switch / Nintendo platforms for 10 years, baby.
What a weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
I saw that too. I
Weird.
was like, what in the
Uh,
actual
I mean,
shit?
they're already putting a bunch of stuff on the Switch. Like they did Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest and Minecraft. Like Microsoft's about making money. They don't
They don't give a shit about anything else.
I think this is something I've been thinking about more and more, and I felt like it was this way last time they did this deal with Minecraft. But like this makes it more blatant with Call of Duty. It's like
Right.
Microsoft's doing this for the Sony thing. Like this is less about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Doing a deal with Nintendo is less about Nintendo and more about Microsoft and
Pissing
Sony.
off Sony?
Well, like trying to get them
Yeah.
to play along, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft is trying to get whatever wins it can in this, and so they're trying
However
to
it
do
can.
yeah, and so they're trying to say like, look, we're going to include other people on this deal, and Sony is responding, being like, okay, but this 10 years is up, and then we're gonna go through this again.
This time you're gonna be dicks about it. Comment in the chat, boy. I can't wait to call people scrubs on Switch. Get good on Switch. I'm just curious how it's gonna look and run on Switch.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it to
I'm
run.
curious about too.
Not
Man.
well is my guess.
That's
Yeah.
my big like, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
That's the big thing is like,
like, are
what's
you
the
just gonna
frame rate going to be like for
Well,
COD
because
on
like Call of
Switch and any
Duty
future platform?
always ran at 60. Like it always ran at 60. That was like the whole shtick with COD. So I'm kind of curious how, like, are they just gonna like bump the resolution as far down as you can make it happen?
Just to get it to that 60 FPS.
Um,
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Ooh, that's gonna be
like
rough.
that's gonna look like trash. I'm willing to bet at least that it'll probably look like trash. But you know,
Probably.
you never know. But you know, like okay, well,
This is it goes back to the most interesting thing to me about all this. Seeing them, reading about them going through these deals, trying to explain the situation to people who don't know much about the video game industry. It's this uh conundrum of PlayStation is dominating Xbox right now in video games and needs, the argument they're saying is this Activision Blizzard acquisition will help them compete.
Hmm.
At the same time, PlayStation is Sony, Xbox is goddamn Microsoft.
Yep.
yes.
And so in terms of business, like it certainly doesn't look like Xbox is trying to compete in that sense. But those who know about video games recognize, yeah, they are kind of trying to compete. They're not, and they're falling short.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
just that they have Microsoft behind them.
yeah, they got that they got that Microsoft money to
Well,
you know.
the weird thing to me is that like Microsoft is worth $1.8 trillion. Sony's is 102 billion.
Hmm?
I really don't think there's a whole lot of competition that needs to the Microsoft needs to like leverage here.
Right.
You
It's
know.
Microsoft just needs to manage their fucking studios correctly.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
That's
they've been mismanaging this for so long now. Just incredible.
and the thing is, they used to be really good. Like, you used to be able to get studios like putting games out fairly fucking often. Like it was
Hmm.
very weird, very very weird.
I apologize to all the people who have been listening on a regular basis, going through it again, but like, damn, they got all these IP that they've purchased and they're not using. Like, literally, just get some teams on these IPs and get people excited again. Let's go. And you're just not.
Yeah,
They're not using them to their fullest potential,
just like
is what
nah.
Microsoft isn't doing. And it's starting to piss people off.
Oh yeah.
I totally see that.
We used to be
Yeah.
the biggest Xbox fanboys on here because we had Phil Spencer kind of running the game section. He's a real one, and
He's a
like,
real G. Let's be real.
and just like we were cheering for the underdog because Xbox has been down in the dumps ever since Don Matrick.
Hmm. Hmm.
No.
But it's just not, despite all these acquisitions, and there have been some good games that have come out of it. But like,
Yeah, absolutely. Like Hi-Fi Rush, perfect example. Great game.
yep,
Awesome game.
yep.
But
Also Psychonauts
Hi-Fi
2.
Rush is also not gonna move units.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
they kind of messed up on Halo, to say the least. There's still some good stuff. It's still a good game overall, but like the way they handled
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but they've even said like, yep, Halo is just gonna be cosmetics and community-made maps now.
Yep.
Which, to be fair, those community like there are like this upcoming season is like coming, right? Like
Yeah.
that's and they showed off the upcoming season, and there's literally like 8 community made maps in that thing.
Right, right.
Like, and they look awesome, and the map tools are so unbelievably good, but they're at the end of the day they're still, oh hey man, look, this is still, a community made map. You're having the community support this, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I wish the
Yeah,
best for them. I hope they make it good. But
No, like I think they'll support it until it's dead, and here we are.
that's probably my favorite trend to come out of these games as a service games is that they immediately stop supporting them. Oh, the
Right.
community will support it. It's fine. We don't need to do anything with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all about that.
Depending on the game, right? Like that's the thing. Like it depends on the
Yeah,
game.
I guess it really
You
does
know?
depend on the title itself, because there be a bigger fan base for one and not that big of a fan base for another. Avengers. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Look, look, we all know. We all know that we bet on the wrong horse.
So we'll talk about it in the
Unfortunately.
next story here, but yeah, yeah. Fusuda says in the Halo community, the fans have better map ideas than the devs do half the time, at least from what I've seen from the Halo community. Which, yeah,
I mean, yes,
Not wrong.
absolutely.
Absolutely not wrong.
I mean, yeah, I believe that 100%.
He
You
also
know,
says,
but
I wonder if they'll pull a Blops where the newer gen console had the story and multiplayer, while the older gen console, in this case the Switch, will have just multiplayer.
I can see that.
If
Yep.
it
I
makes it run
absolutely see
better.
that. If yeah, well, multiplayer is inherently easier to run, so
Yeah.
I mean, and that new
Doesn't
COD campaign looks
Good
gorgeous. Like it
lord.
didn't
is.
the article say something about parity too? So like,
Wow.
I wonder what that's going to do for everyone else.
Yeah. No. We'll see. Good luck on y'all. Hope you make it work on the Switch. That'd be
Yeah,
global
um,
Call of Duty.
that's a big deal,
Yep.
especially because like, and then because this Microsoft has to have some insight into Switch too. Maybe that thing's super powerful.
Maybe. Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right. All
Next
right.
story.
Well, next story. Hey, speaking of Avengers,
Hey.
the developer admits that that they've apologized. It was a challenging production to say the least, and he is apologizing for the game.
So this is, yeah, just to clarify, this is also the creative director of the support studio for this game, not
Not the director of the game itself,
Yeah.
what's
but
the
that's
name of that
still
Tomb Raider group?
Crystal Dynamics,
Crystal Dynamics. Yep.
Mhm.
which
But still, this
still.
guy. Oh, Blasian!
Hey, almost
What's up?
2 years. 2 years later, he got his wish. Fighting games are coming back. See, the dragon granted his wish.
God damn.
Shenron is here for you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Ah.
All right. Well, damn. Yeah. It was a challenging production. Let's say I apologize for that. Yeah. True. Uh huh. I haven't even read any of this because I'm just like, yeah, we know.
We know, man. We know. We played it. We played a lot of it.
To be fair, there's a lot of story that we haven't touched.
Yes, absolutely.
They've added some story, and that was the best part of those games. So,
and to be fair, like we also nearly do have the platinum trophy or the 100% on Steam in it.
oh shit,
We're
do
both
we?
neither other than leveling up a shit ton of characters. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're fairly close. Um,
Uh, that was a fun game to play when it worked. Like we would just jump in and we just wail on dudes. And it
just
was
not
always,
enough.
yeah,
Just not enough variety of dude to wail on.
not enough variety of dudes. Like things you would complain about, like, man, they are moving so slowly, and then you start playing it and you feel it, and it's like, well, this actually makes sense for what they're doing. And it's like, why are these superheroes having problems with these normal guys? And you play it, and it's like, oh, because it's more fun that way. Just the way. So like there's a lot of things where you look at it and it looks like trash, and then you actually play it,
Mhm.
and there's actually quite a lot there. There's something fun to be had. It's just not a games as a service kind of game. It just was never meant to be.
It could have been a very good co-op video game.
All they had to
They
do,
just-
take out the multiplayer bits and just make all the single player stuff co-op. That's all they had to do.
Yeah, and then support it with like actual variety of not just the same. That was AIM. AIM was the bad guy in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not just AIM robots for all eternity.
AIM robots or mercenaries. Or AIM robots. Mercenaries.
Or mercenaries. Yeah, no.
Yep. What was
They,
it?
they nailed the field.
Taskmaster and Abomination.
Yep,
Taskmaster and Abomination.
those
Mhm.
are your two bosses. Oh, and then the big robot one.
and the big robot one,
the-
and then your game crashes, and
Yep.
it deletes all your stuff.
Or Ray.
Poor Ray. I
Oh,
just
so bad.
on stream,
God.
just watching him realize like I'm never playing this game again. Okay.
It was
Oh,
real.
poor
Yeah,
guy.
like just he had like a Thor that was total. We had Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man all maxed out, all just having a good time together, and then Thor loses his safe
Yep.
forever.
Ugh.
Um,
Tragic. Because yeah, again, there's a core
Heartbreaking.
there. There's a core there of like a really good
Mhm.
game. A game I would have played. I would have played that for a long time.
yeah, no, that would have totally been one of my 2 big service games I play constantly, and they were just like, no.
What if we didn't have a plan beyond release, really?
Yeah, what if we didn't support this correctly at all?
What if
Seems like a
we
great idea.
create a bunch of additional characters and they all play like the characters that you've been leveling?
Yep.
No.
That's a,
Fuck you.
I just why?
Seriously, it's like what the shit.
Yeah.
So-
But what do you think we stop complaining about Avengers?
when it's dead. When it's dead.
When it's dead.
Yeah, when we
So
decide
next
to go
month?
all in on Suicide Squad.
So yeah, exactly. Suicide Squad happens, and we do this again. No, until the games as a service combined with superhero game stops.
It's just done.
Until that's done, we're just gonna keep going back to this because this was the start.
This
Yep.
was the start. Like Gotham Knights ended up bombing. That was a super bummer.
Yep.
You know, like that just it's happened again and again and again. You know, and it's just not.
They'll learn one day.
Yeah, like, and the thing is like this is such a winner concept.
Yep.
So I see why they keep doing it. Like, it's a great fucking idea. It's just
Mhm.
that they need to be able to like. It needs to be a finished, polished, fun fucking video game with a proper roadmap,
Yep.
and not this. You know, like that's all you gotta do, my guy.
You got to make a lot of
Like,
shit.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So you know, and maybe Suicide Squad will be it. To be fair to Suicide Squad.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Again,
like,
this is the case of can Rocksteady pull it off?
Yeah. So, um,
We'll
Well,
find out in a few months.
we'll find out. Yeah. So, just a weird idea though that like even the support lead is still just like, no, I'm sorry.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was gotta suck.
Yeah, to even have that talk, like, and like think of it if you're the studio, like you're working for the studio, you're like, oh man, I'm working on an Avengers game.
Yep.
That's a big deal. Like that's big money. Like this is if we do a good job, it's guaranteed to be a hit.
Well, that's the thing. Is like they were talking about like this is Square Enix putting a bunch of money into this Avengers property. They're going to market the hell out of this. They're going to make it happen. And due to their own hubris, like let's release this game. We said this game's coming out now. We're coming out now. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah,
Fuck.
Crystal Dynamics did the best with what they could. They didn't have a good roadmap, but beyond that, they made a game.
No.
Right, and in their defense, they have also only made single player games besides this,
No,
and a terrible two.
That's the thing. I think Square Enix
Ugh.
totally forced the games as a service on them, and they're like, okay,
Like, we'll do our best.
well, who does this well? Destiny. Let's look at Destiny.
Yeah, look at Bungie. Look at
Yeah,
343.
Yeah, it's just like 343 has been very mixed, but yes, they're still better than this. You know, like look at Blizzard, like the originator of this bullshit.
Yep.
You know, like yeah, like yeah. If they had just made it like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, well, I'm not gonna go that far because the new one of those came out and then like those weren't great. Fall short in not having the VAs for the original Marvels reprise their role. Well, I mean, I knew they weren't going to do that because I probably whatever Robert Downey Jr. wants to be in that game is more than the game would make. Oh, the Marvel.
No, they mean
the Ultimate Alliance
OG
voice
Marvels.
actors? Shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, technically, they did.
Yeah,
Because
kind
if
of.
you got the Sony exclusive Spider-Man, that's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and he's been voicing Spider-Man for years. And he was
Yeah,
Spider-Man in Ultimate Alliance.
But then you have to have the one platform that Spider-Man's on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Which God,
absolutely valid.
that was annoying and stupid.
Yeah. Yep. Square Enix wants money real bad. It's sucks. As long as that doesn't infect Final Fantasy
Or 14.
or 14. Well, 14. 14's kind of there in some ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just that it's Final Fantasy 14.
their store is not great.
Nope.
But especially like it's not as bad as Destiny is, but Destiny is also free to play, so I'm a little more forgiving.
Yes, exactly.
Like what I remember when Warcraft first added store mounts, like dear fucking god, people were so pissed. People were so, how dare you add microtransaction to my subscription game?
Yep.
And to be like, Warcraft has the tiniest of those stores, but yeah, it's still super gross and I hate it.
Yep.
That's the long and short of that, is like, yep, this is still super gross and I fucking hate it.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So
Final news story.
news story. The man, the myth, the legend, Shinji Mikami is leaving Tango Gameworks.
Dang.
Weird, very weird.
I wish we knew why.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. Is he just like, I'm out?
No, there's just a statement that says that he's out. So my guess is that he's either continuing the cycle and he's going to develop another indie studio, or he's going to NetEase.
Because everyone goes that they're all going for that money, baby.
Yeah,
Dude,
everyone's going to NetEase.
I'm very excited to see what comes out of NetEase if that's happening. Like the amount of names they're picking up.
Yeah, they're just getting every big name under the sun.
Yeah, it just sounds like he wanted to make a cool ass game, did exactly that, and said, "All right, keep going,
dropped
guys."
his mic and left.
Yeah, which kind of I think is awesome in a way.
Bye, Blasian. Thank you.
Hey, thank you
Blasian.
guys. So yeah, I wish the best for this team as they go forward. I'm worried less about Shinji Mikami because he's Shinji Mikami. He's going to do well. He's going to have a good time wherever he goes. I would assume as long as they're giving him the money and the freedom. But I'm wishing the best for this team that's going to continue on supporting Hi-Fi Rush and whatever else. Evil Within.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
They also did Ghostwire Tokyo, which yeah.
All those games were okay, but had pretty cool artistic vision, except Hi-Fi Rush, which is incredible.
Yep. Evil Within's a cool franchise.
It is. It's very neat.
Yep.
Yeah. No. What did everything Shinji work on? I need to check this.
Let's pull up a list.
Yeah. Well, what's this man? So he did Dino Crisis. He did Resident Evil. He did Piano 5. He worked on all of the Capcom 5 to an extent. Which were Beautiful Joe, Killer 7, Dead Phoenix, Piano 3, and RE4. He worked on God Hand. He worked on Vanquish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, man. This guy
knows what he's doing.
He collaborated on Shadows of the Damned.
Damn. Yeah.
He worked on Goof Troop, Aladdin, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh my
for
god.
Disney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's see.
Mikami-san, yes.
He was an executive producer on Phoenix Wright and Devil May Cry 1.
Absolute legend.
Making good game after good game after good game.
Producer on Steel Battalion.
Okay. Everyone messes up
Everyone
here and there.
has their flaws.
Yeah,
Everyone's got their flaws in some form or another. It's okay. It's okay.
He was a voice actor in the Japanese version of Fallout 4.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, so no, he has quite a career. Yeah.
Still going too. Just
Still going strong.
Reckon.
Yep,
Well,
so good job.
good luck to him. Good luck to that studio. Made a hell of a game.
They did. Good on you.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. That is our news.
That is our news. The news. Ba-da-da, da-da-da.
Yep. Good job. All right, should we wrap this up with our what we've been playing?
Yeah. Let's what we've been playing. My guild is now 7 for 8 normal mode, Razageth, and Warcraft.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Chipping away at it slowly but surely. Leveling my Death Knight for shits and giggles.
Yeah, why not?
Going for lore master with Stella. It's been super fun. So yeah, that's your Warcraft update. It is the best WoW has been in a very, very long time.
Good.
Hello, Mikami-san is yes, he's fucking godlike. So you have that. Then me and Stella did a marathon session of Guild Wars 2 on Friday night and Saturday.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it was spectacular. That game, I'm finally getting to the point where I'm understanding the game more. I'm doing dungeons, their version of dungeons called fractals on my own. They're very unique and interesting and have a lot of cool mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
The game is like hell for ADHD people, I feel, because there's just points all because there is an MSQ like WoW has now or Final Fantasy, but there will be points where it's like, okay, we need you to train up this mastery, this extra skill by essentially leveling up by doing stuff on the map, and like there's always like, oh, there's a hero point over there, oh, there's a reward over there, oh, there's like, and that's really cool. And then there are these things called meta events, and it's like everybody on the map does them because the rewards are so good. And like literally it's like, okay, there are these 4 points on the map that different teams need to defend and command, and then everyone defends their point and kills a boss, and then we all rush into the city together, kill everything, and then you just open giant treasure chests for rewards.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and like I'm not kidding you when it felt like it was like 200 people altogether.
Jesus.
Like let's see, no, it'd be 160 people. Sorry, so I
What
just
is
did
this
the math.
called?
Four groups.
This mode or whatever you're doing?
It's not a mode. It's just like a map event. Like it's a meta event, and it's hold on, let me see if I can get a link for you.
I just want to put some video up for the OP. I would love to see what this looks like with one all running together.
Okay, so I think I have found a video.
Okay.
So it's someone explaining the event, though it doesn't have what I'm lking for. Of like,
Is there a name for the event I can look at?
Auric Basin Octavine meta event.
All right. I'm gonna try to spell that as best I can.
AURIC.
Okay. Basin. What event?
Meta event.
Meta event. Okay, I'm gonna look that up real quick. I'll try to get that up on video, people.
Oh, here we go. I got a good one.
Okay, just go ahead and link that.
I'm gonna post it in chat.
You've been doing this?
Yeah, I did that. Did a bunch of the story content. I'm kind of just slowly, I'm just chipping away and working on Guild Wars. It's very different from every other MMO. So if you have not been one who is into World of Warcraft or into Final Fantasy, you might be into this, because like a perfect example is like once you hit cap, like once you cap out, you can get exotic gear relatively affordably, and then okay, you're good to raid.
Okay.
Like you're good to go. You need to focus on a specific build, and that's what the gear is. So, and there, you need to get ascended gear, multiple sets of ascended gear for a build, or you can get legendary gear that you can just swap stats on. but that takes a lot longer.
I see.
So yeah, I'm very and I've only really gotten to play around with the mounts in the game in like events, like in the Halloween event and whatnot. Otherwise, you only get one mount to start at level 10. It's a Velociraptor. It's pretty cool, and then you don't get your next mount until your second expansion, Path of Fire. But like for those of you who've been playing Dragonflight, the dragon riding in WoW is almost a straight riff of the Griffin riding from Guild Wars.
Okay.
Like almost 1-to-1. And because of this, I'm like, I want WoW to steal all of these mounts. Because you have the jackal that runs really fast, you have the rabbit that jumps high, you have the raptor which jumps far. Griffin is dragon riding, storm scale. The best way to describe it is it's very similar to regular WoW flying. Yeah, it's just fucking crazy, dude. Like the game shines in these events, like just the absolute ridiculous scale. It doesn't run on a Holy Trinity system at all. So you don't have tank, healer, DPS.
Right.
Like you do because you have to build your character that way, but like otherwise, nah. Combat doesn't have a GCD. It's action combat, straight up. It is an action game. Yeah, man, it's cool. It's really cool. Like there are parts of it that I do find frustrating when it comes to traversing the maps I'm on, which I'm in the first expansion, and it is very well noted that a lot of people get disgruntled on these maps.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, they're really hard to navigate and get what you need.
Oh man.
But for at least for the first two maps in this expansion. But this is the second map in this expansion, and I've been having a great time.
Nice.
It's been super fun. The thing is this game has the problem that I feel every MMO has, be it World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, Destiny, etc. Is getting into it sucks.
Right.
Like all the worst content is front loaded. Like the base game is it's fine, like it's adequate, but it's like not anything special. And it's like the stuff like this, it takes a little bit to get into.
Sure.
And they're working on improving it, but it's still very much like, it's the same thing with Final Fantasy, where like I didn't really enjoy Final Fantasy until Stormblood.
Right.
World of Warcraft was a unique situation because like it was the first of its kind, the way it functioned and was a magical experience. But like if you were to play WoW as a new player today, that new player experience is mediocre as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so, and Destiny, I watched my roommate try and get into it last year. That was a lost cause. So yeah.
It certainly seems like a unique and interesting MMO.
Yeah, and the thing that's interesting is like people always talk about, oh, you can leave Final Fantasy, come back, and like be fine. But that's not like fully true, because there's always the gear catch up, and there's always, like with Guild Wars, you can leave, and you literally are completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like you like because like the legend, perfect example is the if you made legendaries in 2012 when this game came out, or 2013, they are still relevant today.
Right.
Which I have a kind of a conflicted opinion on, because like I really enjoy the gear treadmill, but it is also nice that anytime I take a long break from Guild Wars, it's like, oh cool, I don't have to refarm anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so so I put time into that.
Cool.
And yeah, I mean, look at this. This is cool as fuck.
Yeah. A lot going on here.
Yeah, and I've done their dungeon. I very much want to get into their raids, but I'm playing a warrior, and I need to get all the hero points to unlock all my skills before I want to even attempt that.
Sure.
So,
Right.
so yeah, that's that. And then the last thing I did is I finished Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush,
Nice.
that game is fucking awesome.
Turns out,
Yeah, that game is really, 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 really good. The combat feels great. It looks fucking gorgeous. Like every single part of that fucking game is spectacular. That's literally the only way I can describe it to you. Is absolutely spectacular. It looks beautiful. It plays great. The soundtrack is badass. I like all the characters. It's funny. For me personally, it is a very hard game of the year contender. Like
nice.
no doubt. Like it's like at the end of the year when we start talking about here's the cool shit we played.
Yep.
This is definitely going to be one of them. And I'm bad at it, especially the parry mechanic stuff.
Sure.
But I've still had a super fun time with it.
There's your replayability, like they got this short story mode, short, a good size story mode that doesn't overstay its welcome. But then if you want to get better at the combat, here you go.
Yeah, it's very much Devil May Cry in that sense. They even have a Devil May Cry Infinite challenge type thing in it.
Nice.
So
yeah, this game's cool. I'm gonna check it out eventually when I get time.
Yes, no, the only reason I was able to finish it is because I had President's Day off, and I was just like, you know what, yeah, this seems like a good time to do this.
Yep.
So, yeah. So yeah, did that, and that's kind of it. Like, I did hop into Tekken, which, like I said, just kicked the same dude in the head over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Um,
Very good.
yeah. So, and Dragon Ball Fighters, I got that ranked achievement on Xbox now, so I literally just need to grind money and do that Blasian matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, yep.
That'll be a fun stream.
Yep. What about you, AA Ron? I know you got Tekken.
That's kind of been the big thing. When I've been working on a lot of things just in my own life, been really busy dealing with stuff. But every chance I've had like an itching to play a video game, it's Tekken 7. Damn, I really need to. And it's gotten to the point where it's like I need to get through the story mode. I need to make that happen as fast as possible so I can get into the actual like playing a fighting game. Because I feel obligated now that I've started the story mode to keep playing through it, and I do enjoy the story mode.
It's fucking ridiculous, and I love it.
So it's a ridiculous story mode. First of all, just it's Tekken being Tekken.
Yep.
It's a ridiculous story mode, obviously, but I mentioned this on the stream. What I really love about this is in the beginning of every fight in the story mode, it's either this moment like what's being shown right now, which is they're just going to throw a bunch of guys at you, and it's a chance for you to just mess around with the characters, see what their normal attacks are, whatever, take a look at their move list, just get familiar with the character. And then you go up against another actual fighter, and they will introduce a concept to you, and they will force you to deal with it. So, like, it'll go from a cutscene and transition into gameplay, and the character will, like, attack or do something that it is intending for you to learn how to deal with right in that moment. So it'll give you control of your character just before this whatever attack or whatever hits. And then it says in the corner, what it's trying to teach you about. And I think that's a really cool way to teach you about fighting games, is to set up scenarios for you in the story mode.
I think that's actually brilliant. One of my big issues with fighting games, and it's been an FGC thing for how do we get more people into these? It's like, I mean, other than the fact that they need to work online in this day and age.
Yeah.
It would be, well, you need to make the teaching tools usable but also fun.
Yep.
Because like as much as I really enjoy the Killer Instinct tutorial, like it teaches you about frame data, it teaches you about all kinds of concepts that are important. it is still at the end of the day training mode.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and they need to find a better way to implement into the game. But no one seems to be interested in doing that besides Tekken, apparently.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and I don't know how long Tekken's been doing something like this.
I'm
Probably
pretty
not
sure
long.
7. I think 7, because I do not remember anything like that in 5s,
No.
Right.
and I skipped 6. So
Yep.
There was
And
kind of a revitalization of training modes in fighting games that relatively recently. So you see that in Tekken 7, you see that in Guilty Gear Strive, you see that in like it all. I think it all started with Skullgirls, and then other companies were like, "Oh, this is a good idea."
yep. Yeah.
I mean, yes, because dude, most people, if they're new, are not gonna go through the trouble of going online, reading a fucking guide, like, you know, and doing all this other shit. They're just not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. It's not. It doesn't matter how good the tool is if no one uses it.
Yeah, well, that's what's always going to be a hard thing about this is to get the most out of a fighting game. You do need to look up those guides. You do need to go out and look all that stuff up.
Yeah, or have someone teach you, or yeah, like that. Absolutely. Like
Obviously, the traditional way is what they used to do in arcades, which is someone's there and willing to teach you stuff. Right here, they're teaching you basic combos, teaching you about the rage arts. But later, they're just teaching you how to sidestep, teaching you how to block, how to crouch block based on specific situations, and letting you kind of apply that over time. I think this approach in terms of teaching fighting games is better than the Mortal Kombat story mode, because Mortal Kombat story mode is just a really good mode to be like, try out all the characters and see which ones you like most, and that's good. But depending on how this story mode goes, this seems to be doing a similar thing.
While also, you know, actually teaching you the fundamentals of the game.
Yep.
Yep.
And to be fair, though, they're not teaching much about spacing so far. From what little I've played, I don't think they're going to. I think there's aspects of learning fighting games that they're not going to teach you about punishing or whiffing and anything like that.
No, I think if you were to do that with a fighting game, it would be so for the sweaties that it would almost defeat the purpose.
But is it for the sweaties, really? Like, isn't that what
Well,
learning a
well,
fighting
well-
game is?
It is and it isn't. Like, I think that if you start like putting up concepts like that in your tutorial, I think that's going to be off-putting to a lot of people.
It could be.
So
yeah.
you need to hide it like this does. You
I
know?
suppose so, right? Yeah. But that's the question is, yeah, how do you hide it enough to make it fun while still teaching all of these concepts? The way they've been doing it so far is fantastic. I'm hoping that all continues. Yeah. I've been playing the story mode. I'm going to play story mode at least one more time this week. I'd like to get as much as I possibly can. This is definitely going to be just due to my schedule. There's going to just be surprise streams of like, all right, Tekken 7 story mode. I hope you're free.
Yeah, I've had to accept that that's where I am in my life recently. It's just like, okay, well, I just need to pick days and go.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. So,
right.
yeah, get ready for more of that. I'm gonna, as soon as I finish this, I'll jump into trying to learn a character. But I'm enjoying this story mode quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Put it at 5-star difficulty, because human people are gonna be harder than that. So, might as well learn as hard as possible.
Fair.
It's working out. So.
All right. Well.
And that's been it.
What about you? What about you, Emily? I've heard of this Kirby creature. Or am I thinking of was she muted?
Oh, you might be muted. I'm not hearing nothing.
Yeah, nothing. No audio.
All right, well,
My
she
name
works
is
on that.
Emily. I play Kirby. I've been eating cars. I don't know what the new one is.
Okay, so what
Well, she
about
works
you,
on that.
Ninja? Well, she works on that.
So a lot of Final Fantasy. Yeah, I still can't hear anything, Emily. Started leveling a ninja in Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Trying to get it right.
Yep,
Trying to get it to
finally.
60 before they remove the Garo stuff. I don't know that they've announced when that's happening, but I need to do it, so I'm doing it now. And then I picked up a PSVR 2 this week
That's right.
and have not had a ton of time to mess with it. I do have a dead pixel, so I have to send it back to Sony so that they send me a new one, hopefully without a dead pixel. Which
I
which
lo-
sucks, but like the more I use it, the more I don't notice it.
Really.
Yeah, it only appears in like super bright scenes. So
well, yeah, that's when you're gonna notice it most. Is
yeah,
like,
so it's a black pixel, so it doesn't show on anything that isn't like white or bright blue or whatever. Um,
still
I don't
noticeable.
know.
I have one on
Yeah,
my living room TV, and it's a 55-inch TV, so it's not that big of a deal. But like every now and then, I notice I'm like, motherfucker.
yeah. Every once in a while, I'll
Uh,
see it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you exist.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I did manage to play a couple of games on it though. I played Tentacular, which is you're essentially an octopus, but you're a giant octopus. You're like kaiju sized, and you're like solving puzzles around this town, and like it's essentially a puzzle game, but you have two tentacles with your controllers that you're using, um, and like picking things up and moving things around and stacking things and throwing people into the ocean, which I guess you aren't supposed to do. People get angry at you when you do that. And then I played Gran Turismo
Yeah.
in VR, which has been a ton of fun. Um,
Nice.
I
I
bet that when they announced that, I was like, yeah, that's a really good use case for
yeah
it. It's
yeah. I haven't played Resident Evil in VR yet, but I've got I've got the games ready to go to start trying them. I haven't tried Horizon, but like the general consensus online is like this is Sony's Half-Life Alyx. So I'm excited to
mm,
jump into that this week. Hopefully I can play a lot more.
All right. Hell yeah. I'm
uh,
I'm excited to see more games. Use that VR. Do cool things. Oh, Emily, what's going on?
There's there's some buzzing
Oh,
over there.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my mic, but now I can. Oh, I think I figured it out. Hold on a second.
Okay. We are holding on.
all right, well, she's figuring that out. All right, man. Cool. I'm. How is the quality on it compared to, say, an Oculus? Because it's, that's $400.
Yeah, and I
Curious
haven't
about
so
that
like
too.
I can only compare it to the original Vive and the Oculus, but then there's two screens instead of one screen, and you're looking through two lenses. There's two screens, and like it looks phenomenal. I haven't the other two headsets I've tried like don't hold a candle to it.
Really?
Yeah, if it like I understand why it's wired because you wouldn't be able to get that same graphical fidelity wirelessly and
Hmm.
not have any lag. Like it is really pretty.
That's awesome. Well, thinking about it. If I have the money.
Thinking about picking up that VR too or whatever.
Eventually.
And
Eventually.
yeah, and a PS5 to go with
And a
it.
That's the
PS5 to
thing.
go along with
Mhm.
it.
That's the thing. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the hurdle, man. And like, same thing with the PC. It's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
competent gaming PC, you're probably looking at $1,000, and then you're going at least $400 for an
Right.
Oculus. So
Well,
it's expensive, man.
it's
Shit
It
expensive.
is
is fucking
expensive.
expensive. God damn.
What it is. I'm gonna pull
I
up
can't
some
argue with that.
Xlander footage. Yes, VR2.
all right,
These videos. Ugh.
but Emily, you bought the new Kirby, right?
I did buy the cute little Kirby game that just came out on Friday.
What's it
Is
called?
I'm
it a
already
remake?
Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So it's got
So
like
it's a
everything
Oh, okay.
from the
so it's a
original
remake.
Dreamland. So yeah, it's essentially a remake, but for Switch and all that. It's fun. If you like side scrollers and you like Kirby, That's basically how I would describe this.
Hey, you know, it is what it says it is.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'm already in the second world,
Okay.
Nice.
and I've been playing it for like the last 2 days.
Nice.
We gotta
So
live, man.
The internet says that
Uh,
that is the best version of Kirby. So if you haven't played a Kirby game before, this is the one to play.
this is the one to do it for sure.
Oh, okay.
I like how we refer to the internet of like it is the hive mind that is the internet.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Legion
Um,
commands you play.
yes. The ultras are probably the best thing about this one. Like the ultra sword that you see in the video here, it just swipes through everything. If you have the ultra fire, it is a fire breathing dragon
Okay.
that just cuts through, and that's really cool.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have also been playing Kingdom Hearts 3. I jumped back into
Oh
that.
boy. All
The
right.
Oh, what do you
yeah.
think? What do you think?
Uh-huh.
Wow, Siri opinionated.
All right.
Even Siri's like, oh, Kingdom Hearts. God fucking damn it.
Oh, Jesus fuck. As a massive Kingdom Hearts nerd, I have some words.
Okay.
I'm
I
sure.
have some fucking words. Oh, Jesus. It took me a while to get back into the fighting aspect of Kingdom Hearts because I had been playing Ghost of Tsushima for like 2 months
Mhm.
nonstop.
Fair.
And I'm just like trying to get through the flow motion, which it's a good concept to the whole flow motion thing, especially if you played Dream Drop Distance and all of that. But as a fighting mechanic, that's a little bit questionable.
Okay.
I'm also extremely bummed about the fact there is little to no Square Enix characters. Like, there's no.
Yeah, it's very
that is
not only
lame.
is it not only is it very Disney focused, because I played that game at launch because I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you know, I was super, it's very Disney focused, and on top of being very Disney focused, the first like 3/4 to 80% of the story is kind of filler.
Before you get
Like,
to the final area, and that's when the full story comes in, and it's just like, motherfucker, just give me
and,
all of this.
yeah, and that's a cool thing, and when it pops off, it's very neat and fun, but it's also
Yeah.
it's also not like the most engaging thing when it's like, why are you going to help these worlds out, Sora? Like, I don't know, I've been given this busy work while people who are competent do things. You know?
Like, I would rather be playing as freaking Riku and going through that story trying to save Aqua more so than anything.
Yes, that is significant.
And that's the one fight I'm excited for, is the Darkwa fight.
Yeah, the pieces that you get of when you're like seeing the Riku stuff is really good. You're like, man, why couldn't you have just done this? Oh wait, you needed to have me see the Disney worlds, so you need an excuse for me to see the Disney worlds.
Fuck that.
Which,
This
you
is
know,
why Riku is a Keyblade master, goddammit.
I mean, yes, it's very interesting because like Riku is like always been more competent than Sora, but they're still like, nope, you're playing as Sora, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mhm.
So,
I'm probably gonna play more Kingdom Hearts 3 after this, but I don't know.
Nice.
tell me what you think of that ending, because the ending is great. There is a certain scene with Donald that is hype as fuck.
Oh,
I-
I've seen the clip of that.
Yeah, the mega flare with Donald.
The Mega Flare, yeah.
Guys, why do I
What?
hate myself?
What?
Are you
What's
thinking
going on?
about getting
Why?
I
Kingdom
want to.
Hearts?
I'm
Is
watching
that-
this and I'm like, man, I want to play some Kingdom.
Oh,
Do you
This
want
looks
to borrow
fun.
my copies?
Oh, I don't
Since
have
we
to
both have
borrow.
PS4s?
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at this. I'm
I-
like, man, I miss Kingdom Hearts. Remember Kingdom Hearts? I remember
I
1
have
and 2
the
were such a
full
good time.
collection.
Yeah,
have Final Mix
I
for
know.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Come on.
I have the collection, so I have everything but 2.8 because that
I
was
have
released.
2.8.
Okay,
Yeah,
is any of this on
to be-
PC?
They are on the Epic Game Store.
I was gonna
course,
say, I
okay.
think they are on the Epic Game Store.
All right, I'll have to look
my
there.
advice: just play them on your PS4, dude. That's it's a
Again,
better experience.
I have the copies
I
of Kingdom
know.
Hearts if you want it.
Yeah,
And they'll work on your PS5 when you get one.
right. That's true. Yep. All right, I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, I miss Kingdom Hearts. There's a vibe about Kingdom Hearts that I really enjoy. As long as I don't care about the story too much, like the vibe of Kingdom Hearts is like, oh, this seems like a fun time.
It is, like
I do need to switch out my Keyblades because I just got a new one from Toy Box.
Well, of course.
So
I also love when Woody is just talking shit to that one guy in that one level.
oh yeah. Like he
Fucking
threw
amazing.
so much shade, and it was great.
Yeah, it's like Woody is basically just telling him like, yeah, because nobody loves you.
You
Which
don't
is,
know
you know,
what it means to have a heart. You don't know what it means to love. Fuck you.
that is true to Toy Story 1 Woody. He will talk shit, and it's great.
He will throw shade.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Oh man. Okay.
So yeah.
God damn. That's it. That's you played anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
For now anyway.
All right. Do we have anything else that anyone played or anything we want? We actually did forget one brief news story.
Oh.
Hey, Capcom Cup, $1 million. Go get good at Street Fighter and become a millionaire.
Yes. That was we did mention it briefly in the Evo announcement, but yes, first time ever win the Capcom Cup. Win a fighting game tournament, get $1 million. Holy shit.
Yep.
And it is sometime in the summer, so I would imagine sometime around Evo.
There's some
the
speculation
Capcom 10.
that like they're doing this to get ahead of Riot, because like Riot has their fighting game coming up, and like they're gonna have insane prize pools because that's just what Riot does.
What Riot does, yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and they can't and because Street Fighter is such a big part of Capcom's like bread and butter, like, okay, we cannot have Street Fighter's clock cleaned by whatever the fuck this is. So
Right. Yep.
we need to make like the pros incentivized to stay here.
Yes.
Right.
So, which awesome, good for the players. I fighting games are like the one esport where I actually like really genuinely give a shit.
Right.
Like it's also the one that feels closest to actual sports.
Sure.
Like when I watch good fighting game matchups, I feel like, oh, I'm watching a boxing match, I'm watching a football game. Like, it is the most entertaining by far.
Right.
So yeah, all right, well,
It especially helps in
hopefully-
those games, like you can see all of the action, whereas like other esports like games, you have to switch from one player to another's camera, or you have to go to this overhead that can only look at so much at one time, and it's like,
right,
man.
like the World of Warcraft Mythic Dungeon Invitational's on like right this moment, and I was watching it, I was like, man, if you were not like me and been playing this game for almost 20 years and like just know the design language of this kind of game, even, this would be fucking unfollowable.
Right.
I bet I could have someone who like is new to the game ish, but has played a bunch of MMOs like Stella, probably sit down and be like, okay, what do you think is happening here? And like relatively understand it.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
But yeah, even then, it's still just not. Like in Dota, same thing. Like, I have tried to watch the international almost every year as it's happened, and I get like an hour in, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's happening here.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
It's hard. It's hard.
Mhm.
It was fun watching some streams of fighting game tournaments, and it was like, I don't know how you translate this to a casual audience, except fighting games do have the advantage of like you can understand the concept of fighting games, and you see someone blocking and someone whiffing and getting punished without knowing that those terms. You can understand that by watching it. But then you listen to the commentators and they're high energy because, that's the nature of the FGC, but also it's to get casual people like to realize that something amazing just happened. But then
Yeah,
they will
exactly.
talk about like a down forward 3, and it's like no one knows what that is.
Well, yeah, like when when you're playing, Dragon Ball Fighters, and like you have to explain the concept of like, okay, your bread and butter starts with like 2M, 2M, 5M, and then just people are like, oh, for fuck's sake.
And you have to explain
Yeah.
all of this while the action is happening, which is such a fast paced thing. It's like there's no point.
Yeah.
Seriously though, like,
Like
bro.
if you wanted to do like a on television, here's TBS, here's your fighting game esports. Every moment you're not spending actively having fights is educating people on how fighting games work. That's,
Truth.
yeah,
100% true.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah. All right. Well, anyway, guys.
I think that's a show.
I think that's a
Yep.
show. I think that's a good show.
Yeah.
So, also, I just got a text from my boss because of the storm that's coming out. I'm apparently working from home tomorrow.
There you go. All
Congratulations.
right.
Hey.
So, fucking A, get to save on gas.
All right.
well-
Well, for streams, who knows what's happening? Your best way to keep up to date on what we're doing is to join our Discord.
Yes, Discord.
That is
it.
that is where we discuss video games and everything else, and that's where we tend to let everyone know when we're gonna go stream, because that's just easiest to get to all of the people who follow us.
Path of least resistance.
Yep, we do have social media, but again, joining our Discord through our Twitch channel is the best way to do that. If you want to watch the video version of this podcast later, we upload this onto YouTube, edited and ready to go. And then yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna start saying I need to say thank you to that headband guy for our intro theme song and OC remix. I'm doing that here instead of adding the outro thing at the end like I used to. Make it
Fair.
easier because we already do this outro bit anyway. So
Fair enough.
go check out OC Remix. They make good video game
That
music.
they
Good
literally
stuff.
make it so we have music in this show.
Yep.
So
Yep. So
we make sure that we get the permission from all the people and do our thing.
yep. So thank you guys. And yeah, that was a good show. I'm excited. Fighting games and more. Video games are in a good place right now.
There may have never been a better time to be playing video games.
Right. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Mwah.
Bye, guys.